Vancouver has chewed on enough Guggenberger for one series. The Rockets' backstop has shown the mark of a champion, posting back-to-back shutouts versus the Giants, giving his team a 3-2 series lead. Tonight, Kelowna looks to deep six the competition for good and book their ticket to the WHL final. Drop everything you are doing. Game 6 starts now. Since 1999, Prospera Place has been home to the Kelowna Rockets. Just a block from the Lake Okanagan, the Rockets look to capture their third Western Conference championship in franchise history tonight. How good has this guy been? Jamie Benn leads all postseason scorers with 10 goals and 27 points. Giants always have to keep an eye on him. In the other dressing room, Don Hayes looking for more from this guy. Casey Perro-Zabitol led the regular season with 115 points, just 3 points so far in this series. Good evening and welcome to Kelowna and Shaw's continuing coverage of the 2009 WHL Playoffs. My name is Dan Elliott and we kick things off with the Sobeys pregame show. Now the big story from the Okanagan has been the health of the Vancouver Giants starting goaltender. Tyson Sexsmith, who has been their best player this postseason, did not make the trip with the rest of his team yesterday because of the flu. Instead, he came up late this afternoon, arriving at the building just after 5 o'clock. Now he did take the pregame skate and it is determined he will be good to go. Now whether or not it's just a 24-hour flu or the Giants playing a few head games, you have to believe that Sexsmith will be less than 100%. Ironically, that is the good news for the Giants. The bad news is, for the second straight series, they are on the brink of elimination. The Kelowna Rockets have stymied Vancouver, taking a page out of their playbook, epitomizing strong team defense, and shutting down their top offensive players. Tonight, they look to finish the job, avoid a Game 7, and continue their quest for the Ed Chanel Cup. With more on tonight's Game 6, time now to join Dan Russell and Bill Wilms in the press box.
Thank you very much, Dan. Well, back-to-back shutouts for the Kelowna Rockets, and again, the Vancouver Giants are on the brink of elimination. As you look back at the fifth game played 2 nights ago, Bill, a key two-man advantage for Vancouver with 2 top defensemen in the penalty box was the turning point.
Yeah, that really was. Prior to that, what got to that was a 1-0 Kelowna Rocket lead. Riley Grantham does a nice job of positioning himself to take that Mitch Callahan pass. That made it 1-0. That's in the first period. Nolan Toigo, number 15, does a nice give and go, goes to the front of the net, but on review, this is what the official saw upstairs. Watch his right leg, he kicked it into the net, there's the signal, and it stayed 1-0. This is exactly what you were talking about. And 2 key guys, Myers, McIntosh, in the box, and Vander Kane cannot miss from that spot. He had to put that puck in the net, and consequently it was a 1-0 loss.
Now, Mark Guggenberger wasn't a star he should have been on Saturday, but his play, his rebound control, combined with that great defense in front of them, has really stymied Vancouver.
Yeah, they got some big size back there. This is a guy that I've been impressed with. We talk a lot about Tyler Myers, but I think Tyson Dozak has been terrific. I mean, he does such good work in the corner and gets such good puck support. And that's one of the keys. You know, Tyson Berry's going to take a hit. Now, you battle in there as a defenseman, Dan, until you get that puck support. Backlund will come back and help out. On a 3-on-2, you always want to turn it into a 3-on-3. The Rockets do that very, very well right there. Mike Peluso, a chance, but this is where Guggenberger had to be sharp in this situation. He's got so much of the side of the net covered, rebound control pretty good.
Another storyline at the back has been Brandon McMillan, because he was a forward to start this season, but he's played very well, and Stu Walter spoke with him during warm-ups.
Brandon, as a defensive group, how proud of you of having 2 straight shutouts and the play of Mark Guggenberger?
You know, we've been playing really well. We try to strive on just keeping it simple and just playing hard every night, and that's something we've been doing, and it's good for us here. We're known as a team for having a lot of offensive forwards, so we're playing really tight as a group with the forwards and the defense and the goalie, and it's been really good.
Now, you played half the year at forward, half the year now at defense, including right through the playoffs here. How come that transition has been or seems so seamless for you?
Well, I used to play defense a little bit when I was in minor hockey, so I had a little bit of the knowledge of the game, so I've just been trying to keep it simple and using my speed and and it's been working for me, so I try to keep it up here.
All right, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Guys, up to you.
Okay, Stu, the Vancouver Giants have been in this exact position just 2 weeks ago. They lost a Game 5 at home to Spokane, and then they had to walk into their building, win that Game 6, and also Game 7.
Yeah, it's been tough. It's been a long road. It's been a long haul. Vancouver in Game 6 against Spokane. They got it done on a terrific feed from James Wright to Evander Kane. That was in double overtime. That gave Vancouver Giants a win, Dan. It tied the series. And what do you play for all year to get this? Game 7 in your own building. It's 0-0. It's an overtime. Piero Zabatal, terrific feed. Nick Ross shot from the point. It was over. It was a 4-3 series win. This is a tough place to do that, to repeat that Prospera Place, but that's the job ahead for the Vancouver Giants.
All right, the last goal scorer for Vancouver in this series 2 games ago, Lance Boma, spoke with Stu Walters during warm-ups.
Lance, how critical for your team to score in the first period here?
Yeah, I think it's huge for us. I think we just got to go to the net and go hard to the net and just try and get a greasy goal. It doesn't matter how we get, just as long as we try and get one early.
Your team found itself in a similar situation in an elimination game in round 2 versus Spokane. What experience can you draw upon for that tonight?
I think we just know that everyone's got to play their best tonight. I mean, we can't have anyone not playing their hardest. I think we need to just have everyone just going as hard as they can every shift and knowing that it's a do or die situation.
Thank you very much, Lance.
Yeah, no problem.
Guys, up to you.
Okay, your Waste Management starting goalkeepers, as Dan Elliott mentioned a few moments ago, there was some doubt about Tyson Sexsmith, but no doubt now he will be the starter against Mark Guggenberger. Let's go back to Dan Elliott.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dan. Now, keep in mind, if Tyson Sexsmith at some point has to be replaced by backup Jamie Tucker, the Giants have tons of confidence in him. He has just a ridiculous record during this regular season, his rookie season here in the WHL. He was 18-1, 0-1 with a 1.31 goals against average and a save percentage of .936. So he has a pretty impressive resume. The one thing for him, if he did have to go in, of course, is he hasn't played in over a month and a half. His last start was the final regular season game of the season for the Vancouver Giants. Well, that will do it for the Sobeys pregame show. The opening faceoff for Game 6 of the Western Conference Final is coming up next from Prospera Place. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the WHL on Shaw.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
put your hands together and make some noise. This is your starting lineup for your Kelowna Rockets.
The Rockets starting lineup is brought to you by Capri Insurance, where their professional staff and expert service make the difference. Starting in goal tonight, number 30, Mark Guggenberger. On defense, number 2, Colin Bowman. Also on defense, number 15, Brandon McMillan. At left wing, number 12, Cody Almond. At right wing, number 19, Ian Duval. And at center, number 22, Michael Backlund. The head coach of your Kelowna Rockets is Ryan Huska. Assistant coaches Jeff Finley, Kim Dillabaugh, and Ryan Cuthbert. The head trainer is Jeff Thorburn. Officials for tonight's game, referees Pat Smith and Andy Thiessen, with linesmen Chris Carlson and Nathan Van Oosten. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise now, face the flag, remove your hats, and join Heidi Hewitt for the presentation of the Canadian National Anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for
Getting set for Vancouver Kelowna Game 6. Talked to both coaches before the game. Don Hay says his team, having been in this elimination game versus Spokane a couple weeks ago, says his team seems much calmer as a result, and he's very happy with their preparation. Head coach Ryan Huska of the Rockets says he's loved his team's total commitment to defense in 2 straight shutouts in the last 2 games. He says he expects their urgency level to be very high tonight, saying this is their game 7. Couple lineup changes for the Giants tonight. Out is Brendan Gallagher and Neil Manning. In is Alex Rogers and Adam Basford. That's who it is, Adam Basford. Nolan Toigo, guys, going back to defense. He's been playing forward last game. Nolan Toigo, very versatile, going back to defense. Should be a good one. Up to you.
For the second time in just over 2 weeks, the Giants find themselves needing a road win to extend their season. All eyes on Tyson Sexsmith and how he'll fare tonight. Meantime, thanks to back-to-back shutouts from this goalie, the Rockets now have 2 chances to win 1 game and advance to their 3rd championship series in club history. Referees tonight, a pair of refs in their 7th year. Lots of experience for Andy Thiessen, 29 years old from Seattle. Pat Smith, 25 years old from Vancouver, and there's your linesman as well. So, game number 6 from the beautiful Okanagan underway, with the Rockets in white shooting the puck into Vancouver territory. A sold-out crowd here at Prospera Place. Allman in on the forecheck. Cunningham for Vancouver, dumping it out here to the neutral zone. Bowman hit, but he sent the puck inside the line. DeVell trying to get a stick on it. Still DeVell in front. Shot! Saved and swept away. They score! No, it swept off the line. It was right there on the goal line. I thought it was going in. My apologies. How close was that? Looked like Vancouver swept it off a Kelowna player, Allman, and maybe right into the net. It just went off the line. Meantime, Regner with it. Great first shift for Kelowna. Regner coming off to the neutral zone. Shoots the puck in, and he's on his own side of the red line, so that's icing. Let's see how close that was to going in.
Well, we'll have to get a look and see how close that puck goes behind, gets to going behind Sexsmith. Tell you what, if you come in this game and you're not feeling very well, you want to make that kind of a save. And you know what? That puck was cleared by James Wright, and it bounces off a Kelowna Rocket. Watch the clearing attempt, and it bounces off Duval. It goes right across the goal line. Ryan Huska says, wow, we came that close to opening the scoring here tonight.
Well, I certainly thought the puck was headed to the vacant net. Would have been a bad bounce for Vancouver. Lucas Bludoff keeping the puck in on these near boards. Now here's Ben shooting it high and wide. Barry dumping it down low. Colin Long's got it. Shearer trying to take it off his stick. Fans really appreciating this start for Kelowna. They chant "Go Rockets Go" as Long controls the puck. Long moving in, holding it, passing it. It's cut off, but only for a moment. Ben with possession. Here's Abaton and Long from behind the net. There's Lucas Bludoff and Shearer battling. The puck's been basically in the Vancouver zone the first minute and a half. Long with it. Long trying to come off these boards. Shearer stays with him again. Here's Abatal. Lost that battle to Lucas Bludoff. Long from back of the net. Evan Bludoff in there. Giants sweep it around the boards. None getting it, and it comes out to the neutral zone. Backed all the way down the ice for an icing.
Dan, the Vancouver Giants and Don Hay, I'm sure, would love to build on the 3rd period they had last game in Vancouver, where they outshot the Rockets 15-7. Now, this is a very, very tough place to play at the best of times. And you know, with Kelowna having a chance to clean the series up here tonight, that Vancouver's got to withstand the first 4 or 5 shifts. It's going to be tough. But the big key for Vancouver, Dan, is that when they score the first goal in a hockey game, they're 6-1, and they've done really well in that department.
McMillan. Now Bowman. Now Ian DeVal with his speed, getting it into the Vancouver zone. Michael Backlund first to it. Backlund squeezed out of the play momentarily by Jonathan Blum. Peluso gets it, sends it out, and here's James Henry. 3 Rockets are back, but Henry gains the Kelowna blue line. McMillan guides him away. Peluso in there. Henry gets it back to Blum, who throws it in front of the net. That's intercepted by Bowman, and back comes Ian DeVal. DeVal in over that blue line, trying to split his way through. Takes a shot, and that changed directions again. That one goes off the target on the far side there. And Sexsmith in goals had a couple of shots just kind of bounce and almost find their way into the net. Game remains scoreless, 3 minutes in. Giants trying to kick that puck up. Big time battle here. Is the puck ever going to come out of this scrum?
Well, if the referee has their way, they will say no. They're telling them to keep it moving. Finally, they do blow the whistle. Dan, when you have back-to-back shutouts, as the Rockets have, you generally manage the ice very, very well. And you know Tyler Myers with 27 minutes, that's always a big factor for this Kelowna Rocket team. Michael Backlund, 5 points, leads the Rockets, although he hasn't got any in the last 3 games. And defensively, Ryan Huska's team against Vancouver has been terrific. They've held this team to 9 goals in 5 games played in this series. I mean, that's remarkable. The Giants average 4.4 goals a game throughout the season. So that's the kind of job the Rockets have done against Vancouver, and they're off to a real good start with a dominant forecheck.
Although only 1 shot on goal so far credited to Kelowna, 1 for Vancouver. Shira has trouble coming out of his own zone. Novotny trying to cut it off. Back of the net. Novotny wrap around, and that stopped. And more pushing and shoving, and we're going to get penalties. You can hear referee Tyson.
You get a 2-man forecheck going, and Don Hay knows that his defense is going to be under siege. This is Shira. He's got 2 men on him. Usually when that happens, you create a loose puck, and sometimes the best play you can make with it is a wraparound. Sexsmith had to be very sharp on that wraparound by the Rockets.
Gogol is being guided to the penalty box. The question is he the only one? 2 minutes for roughing. You can see it. Gogol will be the only penalized player.
You know, if you're the Kelowna Rockets, you're really not all that happy with an offensive zone penalty when you've had 3 lines come out, maybe even 4 on that situation, and all have good shifts. But what a great opportunity for Vancouver. The Giants are 4 for 24 on the power play against this Kelowna Rocket team. And they've got Piero, Zabatal, Kane, and Nunn. I believe they got the big line all reunited again at this point.
4 goals, but they haven't had a power play goal since game number 3. Jamie Benn picking a spot and shooting it down the ice. Back to get it, Jonathan Blum. Rockets make a quick change. Blum comes out of his own zone. Captain of the Vancouver Giants, sending the puck just a little bit in over the line. Gloved ahead by Myers. It's a glove hand pass, so the faceoff will come back.
Jonathan Blum hasn't got a point in his last 3 games played. He still leads all defense in the playoffs with 17 points. He's a key part of the power play. He's a key part of every situation that's 5-on-5. The captain, you know, he's got his hands full trying to lead this team to a win here tonight. But again, as I said earlier, good opportunity. He's got the puck now.
And he winds up to fake the shot over here to Regner. Regner plays it back to Jonathan Blum. Blum shoots it through traffic, and that deflects out of play. Blum, the leading scorer for the Giants, with 17. Piero Zabatal has 15 points. Cunningham and Kane each with 13.
You can see on that shot by Blum, he's definitely trying to shoot wide. He's trying to get that puck to Evander Kane, who's at the left side of Guggenberger. That shot was deflected up into the netting. Face-off, obviously, in the Kelowna zone.
And again, Vancouver wins it cleanly. Blum moving up here to the center. Then he plays it over to Piero Zabatal. Back to Jonathan Blum. Here's his shot. Scores! Jonathan Blum scores the goal for Vancouver. Their first goal in 3 games. 1-0 Giants on the power play.
We just finished talking about Jonathan Blum. No points the last 3 games. He has to get involved. This is him at his best. You see 2 players over at one side. That was the key there. 2 Rockets over on Regner. Now, slow it down, guys, and watch what happens. This gives Blum this much extra space. He doesn't stop the puck, Dan. That's the key. Now, that might have been deflected on the way to the net. We'll have to see. But the Blum recognized 2 Rockets over one side of the ice, and that's why he didn't stop the puck. He shot it without doing that, and it got to the back of the net. I think it was deflected on the way.
Giants end a drought of 125 minutes without a goal. Here's the announcement.
Blum, assisted by number 17, Casey Piero Zabatal. Time of the goal, 4:11.
So it went right through. Jonathan Blum scoring the goal for Vancouver. And for Blum, it's his 7th. Most of them on the power play. And Vancouver gets what they wanted. That's what Stu Walter spoke about with Lance Boma, the early goal. Even if it did come against the run of the play, Kelowna had a lot of chances in the first 3 minutes, or at least a lot of zone time. Here comes Vancouver again. Berube trying to make a move. Berube shooting it. Guggenberger turns it aside. And the goalie fell or was taken down. I didn't see it. He went down. The fans respond to that. And it's Kelowna controlling with Myers. Now Barry. Back to Myers. Being forced back. And he dumps it back as Alex Rogers was in on the forecheck. Jamie Benn has the puck roll off his stick. The Giants send it in. And they do get it in deep. Long on the backboards. Hit by Bassford. Sasenko in there as well. Benn comes in for Kelowna. He dumps it back of his own goal. And that goal seems to have given Vancouver a lift and taken away that momentum that Kelowna had. They try to get it back again as Benn shoots it in. Long and Blum on the battle in the backboards. Vancouver wins it, and here they come. Bassford backhanding it in. Kane and McMillan giving chase. Kane dumps the puck over on this near side. Jumping on it is Cunningham. He gets it back again from Ross, but then a poor pass is picked off, and back the other way comes Backlund. Rolls off his stick. Vancouver jumping on it once more. That goal's given them nice life here. Here's Kane in over the line. That shot deflects off the target. Maybe that's what they needed, Bill. Just something to build on.
Anytime you score first, at the best of times, it's great. Never mind on the road.
There's Backlund moving in and swatting at it. Backhand. Couldn't get it. And Sexsmith blockers that one away. Giants on it. Slowly moving it up the wing. Kane has it go to Cunningham, who will send it in deep. 6:40 gone here, first period. 1-0 Vancouver.
But you see still, Dan, Vancouver very cognizant of the fact that when the Rockets get possession of the puck, they go into that 1-2-2 forecheck. They make sure they're not getting caught, outnumbered in the neutral ice area. That's smart playing.
Toigo out of his own zone for Vancouver. Pass tipped in by Nunn. Boma and Nunn giving chase against Bowman. Nunn gets it back to the line. Here's Toigo. Toigo gets it to Shearer, but it rolls off his stick. Shearer had a notion to shoot that puck right away, but it bounced off his stick. McMillan hit by Nunn. Puck up the boards here for Novotny. Novotny coming out for the Kelowna Rockets. Has Kyle St. Dennis with them. There's a shot that goes deflecting to the backboards. St. Dennis picks it up, dumps it back to the net. Grantham doesn't get it. Toigo with his head up moves the puck, but he gave it away to Kyle St. Dennis. The referee kind of got in his way there. St. Dennis puts the puck back of the net. Now on the far side, Nunn trying to get it. Evan Bludoff. Fans here thought he was tripped up. Toigo. Now Shearer. Evan Bludoff in on the forecheck. Nunn has it. And for Vancouver, he'll skate it out of his own zone. Vancouver trying to make a line change. And now Toigo controls once more. Giants able to complete that line change with Peluso tipping the puck into Kelowna territory. Barry back to get it.
And one of the things you notice for both teams, you notice how quickly you have to move the puck? You can't hang on to it very long. Somebody is on you in a hurry.
Peluso tips the puck in, trying to get it by Dozak. McMillan on the backboards, moving it up this near side. And Kelowna safely out of their own zone, led by Evan Bludoff. He'll send the puck in, but he's near the end of a line shift, so he heads back. Gogol in on the forecheck. Callahan in there as well. Callahan takes a quick shot. There's Gogol trying to dump it in front. On this near side, the Rockets able to jump on it. Jamie Benn. Now he's checked off the puck by Andre Kaderna. Kaderna sends it in. It's Vancouver's turn to change 5 players. And the Rockets, with 9 minutes gone here in the first period, are out of their own zone. McMillan stick handles his way all the way into the Vancouver zone, and he'll give chase against Regner. And there's the hit on Regner. Lucas Bludoff. Now Regner again. Off these near boards. There is Bassford trying to get behind the Kelowna defense. Bassford on Borrego, throwing the body check in this corner. As the puck squirts free, it's the veteran Lucas Bludoff with it. 19-year-old gave it away on the far side. Dosak follows up. Back it goes to Borrego. Now Lucas Bludoff makes that move around Faceoff. Gets it to Long, who nicely gets it to Ben, cutting in on goal, and it's just deflected off his stick. Ben throws it in front, and Sexsmith makes the save off Lucas Bludoff.
That's a good puck movement for the Rockets through the center ice area. It's kind of a tic-tac-toe. It starts back at their own blue line. A good headman pass. That gets it to the right side from Bludoff to Long. That's the touch pass I was talking about. Regner with a real good deflection to get that puck with his stick off the stick of Ben just as he goes to shoot. That is a good play by Regner. Got that puck up against the back wall. Ben had nothing to do but try to throw it in front.
Evander Kane crossing in over the blue line for Vancouver, going wide on Myers. Cunningham back of the net. Cunningham can't get it back towards Kane. Barry chases it down that corner up to Ullman. All the way over here to DeVell, and he tried to find Backlund, but the pass too high for Backlund to handle, and John Blum has it. The only goal scorer so far, Jonathan Blum, here in game number 6. Couldn't get the puck out. Here's Backlund moving in. Backlund shoots, scores! Michael Backlund, a good low shot, 1-1 tie.
Giveaways will kill you, and they come from everywhere. When you get the forecheck going, this is the Kelowna Rockets. Even Jonathan Blum, he does not do this very often. Turns the puck over. Backlund knows that all he's got to do is recycle it. He turns, he gets it back to the half wall. Michael Backlund, so smart that once he got that puck over in the corner, he went to the high slot area and simply took his time to get that pass back and made a beautiful pick. That was a terrific shot to find an opening in the armor of Tyson Sexsmith.
And here comes Jamie Benn as we try to pick up the announcement on the assists. Just the one assist is Duvel getting it. So the game tied 1-1. Blum, who scored the Vancouver goal, has the turnover that leads to the Kelowna goal. And each Blum and Backlund have 7 each in the playoffs. 1-1 halfway through the first. These are the WHL playoffs on Shaw.
With Rockets head coach Ryan Huska. Ryan, how impressed with your team's response to Vancouver's early goal here?
I think we've done a good job so far. It was an undisciplined penalty that we don't like to see, but I think 5-on-5 we've been pretty good so far.
You talked about the turnover battle in your 2 straight wins here. Is that the key tonight, the turnover battle?
Most nights against Vancouver it will be. You have to play a good game in the neutral zone, make sure you don't give them opportunities to go on offense.
Thanks, Ryan. Good luck. Okay, guys, up to you.
Well, big story in the playoffs has been Evander Kane and Piero Zabatol not being able to get that puck past Guggenberger. Kane trying to battle. Again, there he gets a pretty good setup, doesn't get that puck on the net. He's in front. Boy, that's a good spot. Piero Zabatol with a fan. One more time, that chip was a big part of the hockey game. Just can't get it past Guggenberger. 2 guys I think, Dan, are going to have to be key for Vancouver to win this series, although Blum has got the goal tonight for the Vancouver Giants. Backlund for the Kelowna Rockets.
Giants trying to avoid their first 3-game losing streak all year to extend their season. In fact, the last time they lost 3 in a row was December of 2006. None. Now it's Berube. He plays the puck back. Grantham in on the forecheck. Jonathan Blum back to Mike Berube. Blum will try the other side. It's deflected in. Boma. Right, Bassford in on the forecheck. Here's Blum moving in from his point position. Takes a shot through traffic. It's sitting right in front of the net, and it's put wide by James Wright. Kyle St. Dennis up to Grantham, who chops it out to the neutral zone. Callahan with his speed, trying to chase it down, and he and Berube collide. Another check in the corner as Boma throws a check on St. Dennis, and Blum comes up with the loose puck. 8:20 to go in the first period. Game 6 in Kelowna. Game 7, if needed, would be back in Vancouver tomorrow night. 3 games in 4 if it goes the distance at the end of the series.
Dan,
go ahead, Bill.
We were eavesdropping during that timeout on the bench, and Don Hay talking a lot about the transition game, and that's where it happens. Right there, you could hear it. You could hear the response from the bench. You can't turn the puck over between the blue lines. Either team, they're very, very good on the transition.
Berube gets the puck to Evander Kane. Kane on this side now towards Cadorna, but it's swatted off his stick. Flip back into Kelowna territory. Henry in on the forecheck. Barry controlling the puck. Backlund goes in to pick it up, plays it back to Tyler Myers. Myers shielding the forechecker away nicely, and that allows it to go out to the neutral zone. Ullman trying to chase it down, could not. Toigo sends it in. Myers again to Barry. Barry gets it up to Colin Long. Long to Ian DeVal. DeVal tries a cross-ice pass right on the stick. Jamie Benn shot. That's blocked by Shira. That was good stretching of the ice there by the Kelowna Rockets. Rogers. Out it goes. It's a 2-on-2. Fasenko through the Kelowna zone into Bassford. He and Barreto colliding. Fasenko pass into Peluso skates. That's a turnover, and Kelowna will start back. Lucas Bludoff leading the way, but it's offside.
Well, we showed you the highlights there, that pack on Piero Zabitol and Kane. Really not doing a whole lot in this series. Well, it's not a huge contribution. Jonathan Blum with the goal tonight, but you see the plus-minus stats, and everything about those numbers indicate that they have to pick them up for Vancouver to be really successful and force this to a Game 7 tomorrow night in Vancouver.
Kelowna Rockets 6-1 on home ice. Overall in the playoffs, they scored 57 goals. Vancouver scored 47. Both teams have allowed the same amount, 33 goals against in the 09 playoffs. Regner kicking that puck along these near boards. Callahan in on that forecheck. Now it's Ross being checked by Evan Bludoff, and that is a good... Oh, the gate swung open there on the far side. How good was that check? Body check right in the tunnel way that leads to the Vancouver dressing room, and now you see the pushing and shoving afterwards.
Dan, you have to be a very, very good skater like Evan Bludoff to be able to chase him from that spot, stay with him, stay with Nick Ross in that play to get to that point, even though the door opened. But Evan Bludoff, we talked about that on the way up here. He's very, very tenacious checker. He brings a little bit of skill in terms of his hands and scoring ability. Not as much as his brother Lucas, I might add, but they're very, very tenacious on that forecheck.
Evan Bludoff with 2 goals in these playoffs. Lucas Bludoff has 4. I continue to be impressed with that 17-year-old Callahan, though. He's a big part of that line as well.
Yeah, no question about that. You know, we talked about Casey Piero Zabitol. He's playing for a contract. Let me tell you something. All the Pittsburgh Penguin junior forward prospects, of which there are 6 in the CHL, all of them scored at least 30 goals this season. Now, 4 of those 6 have been signed. Casey's trying to become number 5. And what Casey Piero Zabitol has to do is really have a strong playoff for this Vancouver Giant team. And he knows it. He's trying to get involved. He can absolutely disrupt the Kelowna defense with his decision making if he can get involved in the offensive zone.
No penalties on that push and shove. The teams remain at full strength. Kelowna wins a face-off in the Vancouver zone, and they dump it right off the boards, and it came in front of the net. Vancouver able to pounce on it. Now Bowman sends it to the Giants' blue line. Long cuts it off. Ben can't get through. McMillan pokes it ahead. Now it's Mike Berube with it. One of the 3 overage Giants trying to extend their major junior career here with a win tonight. Boma hit on these near boards as they again go to the body. Blum, a little bit of room to get it in. Colin Bowman and Lance Boma collide once more. Here's Berube at the blue line. Berube cross ice to Blum. He's got a little bit of room. Now he tees it up just wide of the net. He waits for the traffic. They're banging at the rebound, and Guggenberger stops it while doing the splits there. And now Kane at the side of the net. You can see in an exchange there. But Guggenberger really had to do the splits to keep that puck out.
Take a look at how determined the Kelowna Rocket team is on forechecking Vancouver tonight. You don't often see this. The far right side of your screen, make it the far left. 1 forward. There comes 2. The entire line, all 3 white-shirted Kelowna Rockets are forwards. Now that's Ryan Huska saying, you know what, go at him, guys. This is how Vancouver disrupted that forecheck. They got it in deep. Boma took the hit. There was some scramble around Guggenberger. He's done a nice job of keeping that puck out.
Yes, he did do a good job. They almost banked it in off him while he was doing the splits. But the puck absorbed underneath his body to keep the score at 1-1. Barry has his pass partially picked off. Kane dumps it in. Myers. Now Evander Kane trying to find somebody. Myers and Kane continue to battle. Myers goes after another Giant. That's Henry. Here's a wraparound again for Vancouver. And once more Guggenberger there to meet Kaderna. And Backlund comes up with a loose puck. Oh, he just sidestepped Evander Kane. And Kane tries to jump on the puck. Myers. And now Kane throws a check at Myers. Myers absorbs that one, as you might expect, with his 6'8" frame. DeVell takes the pass from Barry. That's picked off by Bashford. Shot partially deflected on its way to Guggenberger. Bashford gets it. Fasenko gets it. Here's Fasenko once more. Backlund working over his man. And there'll be a penalty on Backlund. And fans are pretty upset because they thought Vancouver should have been penalized earlier, but that was a pretty clear trip just inside or around that face-off circle by Backlund, and Kelowna will be shorthanded.
Dan, this is why Don Hay has put Adam Bashford in the lineup. Watch what he does here. He picks the puck up in the blue line on the turnover. Good job by Bashford there. He gets it on the net, the play goes in the corner of the rink, and then Bashford goes to work. There's his forecheck. He's a good skater. He keeps his balance, and he draws a penalty. That's a good job by Adam Bashford. First game he's played against the Rockets in this playoffs.
Michael Backlund, there you see him in the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Vancouver's already had a power play goal tonight, giving them 5 for 25 in the series. Ben tossed out of the circle. Long will come in to take it against Piero Zabatal. Vancouver wins possession. Regner. Piero Zabatal. Blum sneaking in, and a good play by Ben on the back check as he stuck his stick out just before it got to Jonathan Blum.
You want the puck back in the hands of Regner, that's for sure. You want this pass to go across from Piero Zabatal to the far side. Except Jamie Benn had different ideas, did a good job of reaching out, deflecting it up into the netting.
Piero Zabatal wins the faceoff cleanly. Jonathan Blum back to Brent Regner. Regner in tight quarters here at the blue line, has to play a high pass over the far side. Piero Zabatal knocked that one down nicely, gets it back again. Back to Blum, moving in, shooting it. That sails wide of the Kelowna goal. Giants jumping on it. Cunningham, checked by Dozak, but Kane gets the puck. Kane sneaking in, and a diving Jamie Benn cut off that pass. Blum will collect it on the far side. Jonathan Blum winding up, shooting it. That stopped Piero Zabatal on the rebound. Plays it down low. Kane has it. Passing it back towards Blum now. Blum shooting it. Deflected right on. Rebound put wide by Piero Zabatal. Centering pass. Score! Evander Kane has scored a goal for Vancouver on a power play. The Giants lead 2-1. Both power play goals. And Kane finally scores a goal here in Kelowna, and he whoops it up in front of the crowd here in Prospera Place.
Well, you know, Jonathan Blum might have been guilty of a turnover a little bit earlier in his own zone, but he's done a great job as a quarterback. He got that puck in deep on a nice pass from the point. Now you just chase this puck in. That's Piero Zabatal deflecting it in the corner. Is that Brett Regner throwing it out in front to Evander Kane? I wouldn't be surprised. They allow the defense, in this case Regner, to get in deep, but Evander Kane had to get going, and I go back to the penalty, Dan, that was drawn by Adam Bashford. That was a good job by the youngster playing his first game against the Kelowna Rockets. Vancouver with the 2-1 lead.
Kane, his 6th of the playoffs, his 2nd of the series, his 1st here in Kelowna. Here's the announcement.
Number 9, Evander Kane, assisted by number 28, Brent Regner, and by number 14, Craig Cunningham. Time of the goal, 16:27.
We have not had a lot of first period goals in this series. Suddenly we have 3 here in game 6.
We've had a total of 4 first period goals so far in this series.
Prior to tonight.
Yeah, prior tonight, yeah.
Bowman now sends the puck in. McMillan on the backboard. Novotny going in to help out. St. Dennis avoids one check. Fasenko goes back to collect it. Fasenko lead pass to Bashford. Bashford shot, that deflects off the target as Barry got his stick on it. Barry to Dozak. Dozak almost gave away the puck. Backlund comes to collect it for the Rockets. Up for DeVell. DeVell sends it in deep. Blum and Backlund Blum lost the puck to Backlund, centering pass over top of DeVel's stick. Dozak from the line. Shot blocked by Bassford, and he knocks it off the boards to the neutral zone. Barry. Up it goes to Allman. In over the line for DeVel, trying to split his way through. DeVel to Backlund. Backlund protecting the puck, throws it to DeVel. Sharp angle shot. No, it's a pass. Barry will dump it back towards Allman. Allman to Backlund. Backlund, back of the net. Throws it in front, but Rogers is the only one in front to collect it for Vancouver. Rogers sends it in. As Barry checked Rogers, McMillan gets possession. McMillan for Kelowna. Out he comes. Brandon McMillan with his speed. Shoots it in. McMillan giving chase, so is Lucas Flutoff. James Wright knocks it off the boards. Giants hit the Kelowna line, but they're offside.
You know, going into tonight's game, Mike Guggenberger, in the last 3 games that he played against Vancouver, he was 2-1. But here was a key stat for me, was he had made 60 saves of 63 shots, and that computes to .952 goals or save percentage. And you know, that's just real solid goaltending. Back-to-back shutouts. He had 121 minutes and 8 seconds going. And as you said, the Giants hadn't been shut out 2 times in a row since back in 04 when they lost 2-0 and 3-0 to Kootenay and Seattle respectively. But Vancouver done a nice job coming out here in this period with that situation facing them, that kind of goaltending in Guggenberger, and have scored twice and have taken a 2-1 lead. Shots on goal 7-4 at this point, favoring Vancouver.
Since Mark Guggenberger joined the Rockets, he's lost only 5 games out of 36. And 3 of them have been against Vancouver.
Well, the 2 shutouts he had were 1 less than he had all season in 49 regular season games that were split between Kelowna and Swift Current. So, and you know, he was very deserving of both those shutouts as well, but it's a very, very solid first period for Vancouver. They still got 1 minute and 7 seconds left in it.
Lead pass for Henry, trying to get loose. Henry cuts in, shoots, scores! Henry makes it 3-1, a top shelf goal, and suddenly Vancouver has huge life here in Game 6. James Henry scoring to make it 3-1.
This is an absolute seeing eye pass by Regner, and then it's like a 40-goal scorer going in and finishing it off. Look at that seam, that opening in the center of the ice. Great pass by Regner. Look at that snapshot, top shelf. I think Henry maybe just hesitated just a minute. Watch him. A little fake there, and then goes upstairs, freezes a goaltender. 3-1 Vancouver. Terrific feed by Regner, and even better finish by James Henry. Wow.
And this crowd is stunned right now, Bill. Henry is second of the playoffs.
Yeah.
In the first period,
let's pick up the announcement.
Vancouver goal scored by number 22, James Henry. Assisted by number 28, Brent Regner. And by number 25, Nick Ross. Time of the goal, 18:58.
So Regner with back-to-back assists. That's him with the puck right now. It's 3 goals on 8 shots for Vancouver. Kelowna only has 4 shots. Tell me if that sounds familiar, but in reverse. Rockets with 4 shots here in the first period. Callahan sending it in. Backlund giving chase. Grantham first to it now on the corner boards. Backlund trying to work it in front. Barry can't hold it in as Cunningham pounces it out to center, and Myers collects it there. Just 14 seconds to go in the period. Barry. Now Allman in over the line. Allman shoots it, and Sexsmith puts his blocker up to send it to the corner. 2 seconds to go. Backlund, will he have time here? No, he will not. The Vancouver Giants facing elimination here in game number 6. The Giants, who had no goals in a span of 121 minutes, explode for 3 goals in the first period to make it 3-1 after 1. Let's go over to Dan Elliott.
Thank you very much, Dan. Coming up in the first intermission, Game 5 is rather low in goal scorer. Riley Grantham of the Rockets will be our rinkside guest. We go inside the WHL with Doyle Pottentoe of the Kelowna Daily Courier, plus a one-on-one with top 5 NHL draft prospect and Giants forward Evander Kane. That is next here from Prospera Place. It's the Giants leading the Rockets 3-1 after 1 period of play.
After the first period of play, it's the Giants 3, the Rockets 1 here with Rockets forward Riley Grantham. Riley, surprised that Vancouver was able to get 3 past you after not getting any in the previous 2?
Yeah, they're working hard tonight. Their backs are against the wall, and we knew they'd come out hard.
How important to stay out of the penalty box? 2 of those were power play goals.
Yeah, our discipline has to be a lot better in the next 40 minutes.
How about for you? Have you enjoyed your time here as a Rocket after coming over from Moose Jaw at the deadline?
Yeah, being in my last year, it's great to come to a team that was in the playoffs and be at Kelowna because, we got a great team in there and, we got a chance to win it all, I think.
I know Duvel and Guggenberger came over with you, but can you speak to your guys' record since you got here?
Pardon me?
Since your record, the team's record was so good down the stretch since you guys got here, what did you guys bring?
Everyone brings something else, and I think we just gelled since the deadline, and everyone's working hard. We're getting, everyone's chipping in, and everyone's playing well, so.
2-goal deficit, what do you guys need to do in the final 40 minutes here?
We got to get in front of the net behind their D-men and finish all our checks. I think stay out of the box, too.
All right, Riley, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Let's head over to Dan Elliott.
All right, thank you very much, Stu. You can see us up here in the Almond Gallery, as they call it here. I'm joined, of course, by Doyle Pottentoe of the Kelowna Daily Courier here on your home turf.
Yes.
Good to see you again. I guess, first off, your thoughts on that 20 minutes of play, because it looked like the Rockets were looking good early on, and all of a sudden it turns on them.
Yeah, always a pleasure to be on. Thanks for having me. I thought the Rockets got a little unlucky there. Could have scored within the 30 seconds. And to me, the real key for Vancouver was to be able to hold on for the first period, not get blown out, and then just build up the momentum. And me and the other writer, Steve Ewan from the Province, and Ian Walker from the Vancouver Sun, we were wondering when Vancouver's offense was finally going to come out and explode. It looks like they finally have. That's the big question we were wondering all throughout.
That has been the big question, but 3 goals on 8 shots, it looks pretty impressive. And, of course, the power play, 2 for 2.
Yeah, well, that's the big key for Vancouver. If you can come in here, get the home crowd sort of quiet, off its feet, and maybe take a little bit of momentum away from the team on having such a good, potent power play like that. Kudos to that. that was a great shot by Blum to put it up high like that.
Absolutely. And, in terms of the referees, I think they've let them play really throughout this first, just a couple of calls there. The Backlund one was obvious. Yeah. The other one was it was the last guy who threw a punch, never retaliate. You just get caught.
No, the one thing you never want to see, at least from my point of view, is you never want to see like a bad call in playoff hockey, because you want to have the best teams go out there and just really let them decide, not the refs. The one thing I did notice, though, is for people trying to heckle the referees, is that yes, the referees are going to make mistakes. I'm not going to be an apologist for them, but if you count how many mistakes the players make, their mistakes are far, far bigger than what the refs make. So really, it comes down to the players creating the game themselves.
Well, I talked to Andy Thiessen last game. He's working night. He told me they make mistakes as officials, so he's admitted that.
That's the great thing about junior hockey. It's mistakes, and how to learn with those mistakes.
Well, that's exactly it. In terms of the Rockets here trying to turn things around, going in the second, obviously a big game for them because they have no interest in going back to Vancouver.
No, they want to close it out tonight. They don't want to go down to Vancouver because everybody knows, P&E is a tough place to play in. Yeah. So, it's great building, great atmosphere when you get the crowd into it. Unless, of course, you play a defensive battle like they did the last time.
Well, I'll ask you about Mark Guggenberger. Obviously, 2 shutouts in the last 2 games, but he is the type of guy that I'm sure at the beginning of the game, Ryan Huska is saying to him, just try not to give up that bad goal. Just don't hurt us, basically.
Yeah, no, he's doing pretty good. I thought the game in Vancouver, his best game of the playoffs so far, probably his best game in a Rocket uniform. Without him, it's a different series. To me, right now, the series MVP has to be Tyson Sexsmith. You take him out of Vancouver's lineup, and I don't think the series is close at all.
No, absolutely. I agree with you. Maybe an MVP line for the Rockets has been that Almond, Backlund, and Duval. Again, they look like they had a ton of chances tonight. They get the 1 goal, but they could have had a couple others.
I noticed Coach Ryan Huska did a couple of interesting things today, and he did a lot of mixing and matching on the line. If you watch in the early part of the game, he put Mitchell Callahan out there to give him a little more energy and spark, then shifted him again and put him on a different lines. And now we're starting to see the old combinations come back. And to me, if Kelowna's going to win, that line and the Jamie Benn Colin Long line are really going to have to go there and produce a lot of offense.
Is Ryan Huska normally matching lines during the regular season?
Sometimes he does, and he mixes and matches quite a bit, though, especially in areas like this where he feels he needs some more energy or more grit. And I expect he'll be mixing and matching a lot here in the next little bit.
The one reason I ask you that is I wonder that because he gets matched up with someone like Don Hay, who loves to match lines, he kind of maybe feels like he gets in that mold.
Oh, Don Hay. Well, what can you say about Don Hay? Anytime you get a chance to match with that, it's pretty good. But the key for Kelowna is obviously still match up Myers against Kane and try to get Ben to have a better shift against John Blum. To me, those are really key matchups.
A guy we talked to in our pregame show is Brandon McMillan. He started the year on the forward. He's now playing defense. Maybe just talk to us about his play through the year, because I mean, he looks like he's a natural D-man.
He is. Well, he did play defense, playing, but in his minor hockey days. To me, he's the underrated defenseman right now. He's carrying the puck up ice. He's making some hard hits. Natural forward, and you can see that forward tendency come out on making the up ice hits. To me, he's like almost the version of Brent Regner, in that style of a mold. Next year, we're hearing that he'll go back to forward to his natural position.
Well, Brent Regner looking pretty good. Great pass.
Great passes.
2 assists in this game. Thank you very much for stopping by and enjoy the rest of the game.
Always a pleasure.
All right. At this point in time, we'd like to recognize Cal Tire as a Western Hockey League prestige partner. Lots more to come from here at Prospera Place. It's the Rockets leading the Giants. Sorry, it's the Giants leading the Rockets. I'll figure it out. 3-1 in Game 6 of the Western Conference Final. The Vancouver Giants looking good through 20 minutes of play, trying to extend this best-of-7 Western Conference Final to a 7th and deciding game, leading 3-1 through 20 minutes. Jonathan Blum, Evander Kane, both on the power play for Vancouver. Then James Henry with a fantastic goal. Great feed from Brent Regner, who's got a pair of assists. Michael Backlund has a lone goal for the Kelowna Rockets. Of course, Game 7 will be tomorrow night. Fatigue may be a big factor. If it gets to that point, it'll be 3 games in 4 days for both teams. Well, as good as the WHL has been in producing top NHL players, it's hard to believe, but it's been 13 years since a dub player went first overall in the NHL entry draft. That was Chris Phillips, former Prince Albert Raider and current Ottawa Sender back in 1996. Now, come this June, don't expect a dub player's name to be called first, but it will not take long for us to hear one. Expect Evander Kane to go in the top 5. Prior to tonight's game, I caught up with him to talk about his career in hockey thus far. All right, Evander, maybe we just first off start with some of your minor hockey career. You played at North Shore Winter Club. You played on some fantastic teams, guys like Stephen Elliott, Mike Reddington, Martin Jones, all guys that play in the dub. Now you're playing against them in the Western Hockey League, former teammates. Is that a little odd for you at times?
Yeah, I think, playing minor hockey, we all have that aspiration to play in the WHL, and I think it's really important for, us to play in that level, and I think, it's cool, playing against them now.
You got a really great taste when you first jumped into the WHL. You played on a Memorial Cup winning team. You're in that game on home ice Pacific Coliseum. What was that experience like for you back in 2007?
Well, I think playing as a 15-year-old, I was extremely lucky, and I was able to play in the Memorial Cup, and it was a great achievement of mine, and it was a special moment in my career.
You were the Western Conference Rookie of the Year last year. You make the World Junior team this year, playing for Pat Quinn, playing for your country. You guys win the gold, some dramatic games along the way. Just tell me about the feeling for you and playing for your country.
Yeah, it was definitely an unbelievable first 16-year-old year, and then playing for Pat Quinn as the 17-year-old at the World Junior Championships was obviously a great opportunity, and I just wanted to make the most of it. And playing for Canada was a special moment, and it was a great time.
Everybody's talking about you being a top 5 pick in this year's NHL draft. Always a ton of scouts out watching. Do you feel that pressure at all, guys having their eyes on you?
Yeah, I know that scouts are obviously going to be at some of the games, but at the same time, it's important not to really focus on them and just go out there and play your game, and that's what I try to do every night.
How excited are you about the future and the draft coming up, obviously in June?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the possibility of me being selected, and it's going to be a fun time when that rolls around. And right now I'm trying to help my team in the playoffs as much as I can, but it's definitely going to be an exciting time.
Thanks for doing this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, all right, welcome back up here on the concourse here at Prospera Place. It is 3-1 through one period of play for the Vancouver Giants. For all your score stats, player polls, profiles, plays of the week, so much more, make sure you check out the league website at whl.ca. Also go online and take the fan opinion poll. Just follow the links on the homepage and have your say on what you liked about the Western Hockey League. Vancouver Giants leading this one 3-1 through 20 minutes. Time now to go back up to the press box. I don't think Dan and Bill's playoff beers are quite looking like this, guys.
No, but yours was early. Dan, it was a good look. It could have been. That's what it could have been.
I hated it.
Here's the thing about hockey, and we all love major junior hockey. First of all, we had 4 goals scored in the previous 6 periods, and we get 4 in the first period tonight. And who saw 3-1 Vancouver after 1?
I mean, 4 goals, that's amazing. But, they're interesting goals the way they happened. Vancouver managed to get on the power play, which made a big difference. But, Dan, you knew that the Rockets were going to come out hard. I believe this is the second shift of the game. That puck is cleared right along the goal line. Look how close this puck comes to going in. Right across the goal line, just outside the line, I might add on that. And here's the forecheck we're talking about. And that happened 3 or 4 times. Gogol, number 8, is going to get a wraparound. This is what Ryan Husker couldn't stand. Watch Gogol. You've got all that momentum. You come in with that cross check. You put yourself and your team shorthanded. This is Vancouver on the power play. I want you to watch something here. When Regner gets it, let it go. Now you see the 2 white-shirted Kelowna Rockets on Regner. When he throws a puck across Dan, Jonathan Blum has to one-time this because he knows he's got all that space. He's not going to wait to stop it, and it's a beautiful shot. It finds the back of the net. It actually hits Blutoff. I think he tries to glove it in front of the net. The one-timer, that tied the game at 1. Jonathan Blum on a turnover. Again, the forecheck, Dan. They come at you hard, and nobody can get away with it if you get a real good forecheck going. And I thought this was just Backlund, Duval to Backlund, executing that perfectly. Backlund with a goal, that tied it at 1. We get another look at it. Duval forces the turnover, gets it back. He looks for Backlund. Backlund in that nice spot that he loves to get and makes it, ties it at 1. The Kane goal, how about Evander Kane finding himself open? Again, a power play. We're going to show you something here. When this puck goes on the back wall, there, stop it, 28, that's Regner. He's going right against the back wall. He gets that freedom to go back there. Keep your eye number 9 in front, Evander Kane. He hasn't found himself in that spot hardly at all in the playoffs. And when he gets in that spot, he's not going to miss very often. Just a real good spot for him to find that play. Now, this is a 3-1 goal. That made it 2-1. Watch this. This is pretty cool. Ross has got it on the far left. This is all set up. See at the Vancouver blue line, it's Henry. When that puck goes from Ross across back here to Regner, Henry's going to turn. He's going to lose his man and watch the feed right up the middle. That Regner feed is perfect. That play was designed. They work at it. He goes in the snapshot, top corner. It's very, very well executed. The third goal, that's what makes it 3-1. Watch the shot. Little fake, little hesitation. Boom! Upper corner.
How happy was Evander Kane to score a goal? Remember, in the last game, he had a golden opportunity with just a couple of minutes left, and he said he'd make good the next time he had a good chance. He did tonight. He knows the chances are going to be few and far between. He's one of the reasons Vancouver leads 3-1 after 1 here in game number 6. You're watching the Western Hockey League playoffs from Kelowna on Shaw.
Just heading into the second period here. It is 3-1 Giants over the Rockets in Game 6 of the Western Conference Championship. I'm here with Mr. Paul Myers, father of Rockets standout defenseman Tyler Myers. And first off, family originally from Texas. How does Tyler end up playing in Kelowna?
Well, we moved up to Calgary when Tyler was a first-year Adam for a job in the oil and gas industry, and he's been playing hockey, most of his minor hockey in Calgary, and then he went to the Edge School in Calgary in Bantam, and then on to Notre Dame in Wilcox, Saskatchewan for midget before moving to Kelowna.
From a parent's point of view, what are all the advantages that the WHL has to offer your son?
Oh, there's a lot of them. It's the best hockey development league in the world at this age, in my opinion, with the schedule and the ice time and the coaching and everything it has to offer, and everything off the ice too. He's developed as a young man, and we couldn't be happier with our decision to come to the Western Hockey League.
Thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of the game, Paul.
Thank you.
All right, let's head back up to Dan and Bill in the booth.
Hey guys, on top of everything else, Tyler Myers last year in his draft year was the Scholastic Player of the Year for the Kelowna Rockets. How about that? Complete player.
Second period underway here in Kelowna. 3-1 Vancouver. Teams are at full strength. As we start this second period, the Giants in the dark uniforms to the attack. From back of the net, it comes out to Regner. Regner to Henry. Henry back low to Cunningham. And Long gets possession of the puck. 4 goals in the first period. You get the feeling that a 3-1 game, the next one could be a real big one in this series. Boma. Back of the net for Henry. Henry to Regner. Regner cross ice to Blum. He's got some room. Puts it through in front of the net, and it's just sitting there. He tried to feather it through to either Boma or Cunningham to see if somebody could get loose. Smart play by Blum. He just placed it right about 8 feet in front of Guggenberger.
Yeah, Jonathan Blum sees the ice so well. And this whole play started with a turnover in a neutral ice area. Vancouver got it back in. Look at what he's doing with this. He's trying to shoot it to the front of the net for a deflection. And, really Colin Bowman just does such a great job of tying his man up. However, Dan, that shot or pass whatever you want to call it by Blum, could easily hit a defender like Bowman and end up in the back of the net.
Giants win the face-off. Ross puts the puck down towards Kane. Myers cuts that one off, gloves it ahead. Myers lost his stick. Giants keep the puck in. Shearer chasing it down on this side. Puts it behind the net. Kane for Piero Zabatal. This is the line reunited from much of the regular season. Piero Zabatal, Gary Nunn, Evander Kane. They're out there right now. Barry being checked by Kane. Shearer holds the puck in. Good first minute here for Vancouver in the second period. Shearer has his pass cut off by Duval, who lifts it high to the neutral zone. Shearer to Nunn, in over the line. Nunn puts the puck in front of the net. It's turned aside, and Backlund chasing it on the far side. Ross now back in his own zone, being watched by Backlund. Shearer comes up to pick up the loose puck. Shearer to Gary Nunn. Nunn will flip it out. Vancouver will try to make a line change here. It's a long change in the second. They only got one of their 5 replacements on the ice. Make that 2 as Kaderna's one of them. He brings the puck in over the blue line. Kaderna trying to force his way through, but Dozek collects the puck. Up for Evan Bludoff. Evan Bludoff bumped off the puck, and he moved as he moved it, and there's Blum with it for Vancouver. Jonathan Blum collecting the puck once more. Lead pass. Peluso trying to chase it down. James Wright on the backhand. McMillan hit by Kaderna. Puck scores free, but Dozak gets it. Moves it up for Evan Bludoff. Bludoff sends it into the Vancouver zone, but he's apparently on his own side of center. That's icing on Kelowna.
You take a look in playoffs, you always have what you call role players, and they become so important in playoffs. And I'll tell you, one of the reasons is that simply their performance level, the role players' performance level, is generally so even. Their work ethic is so consistent because that's their role. They know what they've got to do. They're not your high-end scorers. They're not your great playmakers. They're just the foot soldiers that we've talked to. So important to both teams to have those, and this series has certainly been full of them.
Giants win the face-off. Blum from the line. Long shot. That's blockered up high there by Guggenberger. Finally comes down. Here's a centering pass, and Kane tried to get a quick shot away. It rolled off the heel of his stick. And for Evander Kane, I think that's one of the lessons he's really learning. No time to really shoot the puck. And he tried to shoot it quickly there, to his credit. It just went off the heel of his stick. Jonathan Blum now. Backhands it in. Barry. Now Myers. Colin Long. Pass almost picked off. He gets it back again. Long in over the line. There's Lucas Bludoff. His shot off the skate to the corner. Jamie Benn trying to collect it. Gary Nunn has it. Nunn for Vancouver. Has it roll off his stick. Didn't get it in deep. And I'm sure that's the thing that drives some coaches nuts when you have clear possession at center and you don't get it in deep. Especially with a 3-1 lead, albeit early in the second period. Rockets, Jamie Benn. Benn putting the puck in the corner. Long, pinned up against the boards. Vancouver gets it. Gary Nunn sends it out to center. Picked off there by Grantham. Crowd very quiet here at Prospera Place. That building sold out, standing room only. And they were very, very loud at the beginning of this hockey game. A goal, though, for Kelowna sure would bring them back in it. Novotny. He shoots it in. Sexsmith leaves it back of the net for Jonathan Blum. So far, just one shot on goal by both teams here. One for Vancouver, I should say, and none for Kelowna. Just one combined for both teams in the second.
Yeah, 9-5 shots on goal for Vancouver. They've played almost 25 minutes of this hockey game. Vancouver Giants have only allowed the Rockets 5 shots on goal, and they've done a good job of diffusing a lot of the plays, Dan, that are between the blue lines. And right now with the puck in the Vancouver Giants zone, they've done maybe as good a job as they have all series of coming out with it, as you see there.
Brent Regner leading the way this time. Regner throws it wide of the net. Barry collects it there, and he'll start out on this side. Tyson Barry backhands it up to center. That hit the linesman, so Barry sends it back now to Dozak. Dozak being watched by Craig Cunningham. Tyson Barry once more. All the lanes cut off right now as Vancouver does a pretty good job. But here comes Backlund. Shot saved by Sexsmith. There's their first shot of the period. Dozak puts the puck back to Backlund, who tries to find Allman. Backlund gets it again, centering pass for Duval. He's bumped, but he couldn't get the shot away. Backlund trying to tee it up. Backhands it back to Allman. Allman Sidesteps Henry. Allman tries to throw it in front. He did, but it's intercepted by Vancouver, and 3 Giants start back. Cunningham with Henry. Henry giving chase against Dozak. Dozak uses his big body to hit Cunningham, collect the puck, and move it to Barry. Here's DeVal. Now Allman trying to knock it down. Shearer collects it for the Giants. Greg Shearer switches it back to Toigo. Kelowna making a change so Nolan Toigo can get it to Craig Cunningham. Cunningham, 1 goal in 10 games, 28 in the regular season. Sent the puck in deep for Vancouver. And here comes McMillan. As he's done through the series, he skates with good speed. He hits the Vancouver line. Still McMillan going in. Throws it in front. And Jamie Benn couldn't get a stick on it. Great rush up the ice by Brendan McMillan. Long. Being watched by James Wright. Wright. Now being checked by Long. Peluso tips it out to center. McMillan collects it again, shoots it back into Vancouver territory. Tyson Sexsmith leaves it back of the net. Kaderna trying to force it out, he kicks it to center. Again, McMillan with the puck. Anaheim draft pick in the 3rd round, forced all the way back. Here he comes, up to Lucas Bludoff. He sends it into the Vancouver zone. Wright will have it land on his stick. And he plays it to John Blum, who switches it to this side, but Barry anticipates, picks up the loose puck. Barry trying to go around Shearer, does. Barry plays it back to the line. Now Myers has a chance to tee it up, and it's wide of the net. Not sure if it hit something on the way, but Myers, good low shot. Evan Bludoff now. Pressure by Kelowna. Myers with his big reach does everything he could to keep it on. Could not. Delayed offside. Shearer. His pass going all the way down the ice, no icing. Guggenberger throws it over the glass. It'll be a penalty to Mark Guggenberger. I don't know if it just got on edge at the very end, but puck over the glass is an automatic 2-minute penalty.
Yeah, it looks pretty casual, pretty nonchalant on this clearing play by Guggenberger. Take a look. I mean, he really doesn't even attempt to hit the glass on that one. I mean, who's that standing right? The Kelowna Rocket. You see him? He just looks up over top like a fielder watching a home run go over his head. Hey, just earlier, though, a couple good plays by Ryan Huska's defense. You saw McMillan on an almost coast-to-coast rush, and then Tyson Barry on that same sequence followed up with a real nice pitch to get that puck in deep. But all of that aside, right now the Rockets have to kill a penalty, and a great opportunity for Vancouver that leads 3-1 with another power play goal to take a pretty commanding lead, if you will.
Well, you have to think this is the biggest Kelowna penalty kill of the series. They've taken all 3 minors in this game so far. That one automatic. Myers, who took the penalty similar to that in Vancouver the other night, fell over on the far side or was taken down. Cunningham trying to get around his man. Throws it over the far side. Blum has to hustle to keep it in. Does. And he feeds it over here to Regner. Regner will dump it back down low. Lucas Bludoff. Back to Jonathan Blum. Craig Cunningham trying to reach it. Myers hits Cunningham. Dozak hits Cunningham. Piero Zabatal back to Regner. Winding up. Shooting. Tipped on the way. Puck is loose in front. And the Rockets are able to clear it. Lucas Bludoff swinging at it, trying to get it out, cannot. Kane hit by Myers. Dozak around the boards and out it goes. A minute to go in the power play for Vancouver. Long change for both teams, especially Kelowna on the penalty kill, but they're able to get the fresh troops out there as Vancouver starts back in their own zone. Blum to Shearer. Shearer to Peluso. Wright and McMillan will battle in the corner. Nunn backhands it to Shearer at the blue line. Shearer roaming down these boards, puts it back of the net. Jamie Benn looks like he'll get there first, but he can't get it past his man. McMillan has room on this side. Can't get it out. Shearer holds it in. Bowman will try the other side. That goes out of play, I think, over at the bench. Might have hit a hand over there. And with 17 seconds left in the Vancouver power play, we'll get a whistle.
Greg Cunningham is effective when he gets in deep. He works hard. This is 14. Watch Cunningham. That's a big hit he takes. He stays on his feet. That was Myers taking him out of play. Watch Cunningham, 14. Here's a key. Watch what great position Cunningham has on Tyson Dozak. He's a right-hand shot. He got around. If there had been any rebound at that spot, Cunningham would have certainly had a chance to get that stick on it. Did a good job fighting off check, and maybe even a better job in front of the net.
Dying seconds of a Vancouver power play. Evan Bludoff serving the minor for his goalkeeper Guggenberger, getting set to come back on. And a big penalty kill for Kelowna. Vancouver already with 2 power play goals tonight. 2 for 3 with a man advantage. Here comes DeVal. Here comes Allman. Allman going wide, throws it in front of the net, and trying to reach it there was Barry, but it just hopped over his stick. Novotny checking Fasenko. Fasenko now trying to move it, could not, and then the pass back to Barry missed him. No icing because Kelowna shot it down the ice, and Guggenberger will handle it. Now Bowman. Bowman up for Novotny. Right on the tape for Long, in over the line. First shot blocked by Berube. Long goes down, tries to draw a penalty. Long comes off the boards with the puck. There's a check on the backboards and a solid one by Jamie Benn. Rockets cannot hold the puck in. Boma forced it out, and here goes Cunningham with a break. Craig Cunningham for Vancouver, moving in, shot up high. And you can see what they're trying to do with Guggenberger. That shot was head high. Blum, his pass picked off by Jamie Benn. No offside, here's Long shooting it. Berube on the backboards. St. Denis trying to strip the Giants player of the puck. Here's a turnover for Bludoff, and his shot partially fanned on. And Myers collects it out here at center. Halfway through the second period of game number 6 from Kelowna. It's 3-1 for Vancouver. All the scoring in the first period. James Wright moves in with Jonathan Blum. Blum peels back and heads to the bench. Wright holding the puck. One of the Kelowna players, McMillan, went flying. Peluso to Kane. Myers in on him. Kane trying to get loose back of the net. Kane does get a little bit loose, and then Evan Bludoff hits him. Kane, so competitive in this playoff, centers the puck in front of the net for Wright, and Myers checked him. Wright now puts the puck back at the goal, and yes, it's Evander Kane trying to throw it in front. That was cut off. Peluso couldn't get a whack at the puck. Kyle St. Denis does, and Evan Bludoff is giving chase. Evan Bludoff hit hard by Toigo. There'll be a penalty on Toigo as he hit Evan Bludoff. They'll probably call that hitting from behind, and the Rockets are going to get their first power play of game number 6. 8:33 to go in the second. This is the WHL on Shaw.
Here with Giants coach Don Hay. Don, don't know if it's 2 or 5 yet, but how big of a turning point could this be in the game here?
Looks like it's 4 right now, but obviously, you know, we've had some power plays. Now we have to kill penalty.
Just take me back to the first period. What a relief, and was it just a matter of time to get the 3 goals there?
Well, I mean, I think we worked for them, so, I mean, we deserved them. So now we have to work hard to kill this penalty.
All right, thanks, Don. Guys, up to you.
Well, it is a double minor. That's the hit from behind. You see Bludoff in a little bit of pain on the ice, obviously. Toigo with a terrifically punishing hit. Wow, one thing you don't worry about is where the heck your mouth guard is when you got bubbles coming out of your nose, I guess, huh?
Now
but it is a 4-minute.
Going all the way back to game 2, the Giants had a 4-minute penalty in a similar situation. Now, it was a third period that day, and it was a 2-goal deficit, and they scored at the front end of the 2-man power play, or the 4-minute, the double minor. They scored in the first 2 minutes, but did not score on the other half of it. So a pivotal part of the game right now is this 4-minute power play. Barry to Backlund. Backlund in over the line, puck going towards the net. Backlund able to pick it up. Backlund back to Barry. Barry to Myers. Barry in front of the net for Long, shooting it wide. Rebound, Backlund couldn't get his stick on it. Ross couldn't clear it. Back to the line. Barry shot. That bounces to the corner. Myers. Here's Jamie Benn. Down low to Backlund. Backlund, head up, back to Myers. Myers, what's he gonna do? He passes it. One-timer on the far side is put wide by Backlund. Barry, Myers, Backlund. Quick shot. Peluso gets his stick in front of it. Remember, a long change in this second period for the penalty killers. Backlund coming off the boards, behind the net to Benn. Ben holding it back to Myers. Myers back to Ben. Back to Myers. Broken stick. And the Giants are able to get it down the ice. Myers broke his stick. That's a break for Vancouver, and they're able to change all 5 of their penalty killers with 2.5 minutes to go in the double minor. In over the line, Lucas Bludoff throwing it in front. Kyle St. Dennis putting it to the corner. Mike Berube trying to force it around the board. Shearer will try this side. He's all tied up by Ben. St. Dennis, 23 in there. Lucas Bludoff, 17. There's a wraparound! Puck is right there at the side of the net, and St. Dennis couldn't get a stick on it. That one went right from one side to the other. St. Dennis back to McMillan. McMillan holding the puck. Puts the puck down low. First of the 2 penalties is now expired. That's a big break for Vancouver as they're halfway through it. McMillan takes a shot up the post, rebound over top the net. How close can you come if you're Kelowna? A goal post and a wide open net. And we were going to say because Vancouver killed off the first one, and now Holman makes a shot on Sexsmith. The most they can allow is the one, is what we were trying to get out. Go ahead, Bill.
3 deep on the forecheck. That's a must if you're trying to get control of the puck. There they are, all 3 of them. 17, Bludoff is going to come up with as a try. This wraparound. That's a pro. That was Jamie Benn, rather. Sorry. As that play continued on that power play, there's a McMillan shot. Just off the post. Coming in off that far side, Cody Allman just couldn't get there quick enough. Ended up shooting that puck, and a nice save by Sexsmith to slow play down. Keep it 3-1 Vancouver.
Barry from the line. Shot! Sexsmith makes the save, and there is no rebound.
Big telegraph shot, if you will, right off the faceoff. Michael Backlund in that faceoff circle. They want to get it back to number 4. That's who's going to get it. He puts his head down, says that thing's going on the net. A lot of traffic in front. Cody Allman, or Jamie Benn rather, in front. And somehow Sexsmith saw the puck.
Rockets win another faceoff in the offensive zone. Backlund back to Barry rather. Myers has a fresh stick. That's him with it there. Barry has it roll off his stick. Barry gets it to Backlund. Backlund back to Barry. Myers moves in, shoots up high. The blocker save. Ben throwing it. That's Sexsmith. They jam at it, and Vancouver able to hold it out. And Sexsmith, underneath all that, holds his line.
Wow, Sexsmith so solid, so strong. You know, Tyson Sexsmith, Dan, has a real strong core. His midsection is really, really tough, really strong. He's hard to beat in these kind of battles. You see them whacking, hacking at that puck. If we get an overhead look, you'll see the position. This is important. Sexsmith, sometimes you can drive a goaltender right back into the net. Nothing doing with Tyson Sexsmith. 1:07 left in the power play for the Rockets.
Vancouver wins the faceoff, but Piero Zabatel can't get the puck out. Myers down low. There's a shot that misses the far corner, and it caroms off the boards out to center. And we talk about that so often. You shoot from that circle and you miss the far corner, and often you're out here to center having to set it up once more. Myers had lost his stick again. And the puck comes out once more as Cunningham sends it down the ice. It's a low shot period again. Only 4 for Kelowna in this period. Vancouver has 1 shot on goal in the second period. The shots are 9-9 at this stage of the hockey game. Not in the period, in the entire game. St. Dennis for back of the net. Backlund with 20 seconds to go in the double minor on Nolan Toigo. Kyle St. Dennis working along these boards. The Giants trying to move it up. Myers able to hold it in. Pass. Here's a chance in front for Backlund rather, and he just couldn't get his stick cleanly on it. Here's Myers shooting it. Save. Rebound. Oh, the puck is just taking some bad hops for Kelowna tonight. Vancouver sends it down the ice for icing, but Vancouver has killed off a double minor penalty, and the score remains 3-1.
This is one of the few times the Vancouver penalty killers get caught to one side, and very quickly that puck is moved across the ice. Good recognition by Tyson Barry there to get it to Tyler Myers. There's a shot, and as you said, a couple bad bounces, but boy, there's some hard work on that penalty kill, Dan, and that's what penalty kill, any coach will tell you, who outworks the other team. Does the power play outwork the penalty kill? What we mean by that is puck retrieval, second chances, getting the first chance and getting in possession of it again, or does the penalty kill do a better job of keeping the offense from doing that?
But there's such a fine line in hockey, isn't there, from a great penalty kill to some lucky bounces as well, and it could be a combination of both. Puck's not landing on forehands for Kelowna. There's a shot that's knocked down. Another shot by Lucas Bludoff over top. It would look like it was going to go over top the net. It was knocked down. Cody Allman from back of the net. Ruby checking him. Allman on that far board. Ruby. Now Lance Boma. Puts it back. Sexsmith clears it around the boards. Lance Boma's got it again, pinned up by Allman. Novotny. There's a turnover and a chance for Allman, and Sexsmith makes the save. He sweeps it away before Novotny can come up with the rebound. There's another turnover as Backlund almost picked it up, or check that, Grantham almost picked it up. Grantham gets it again. 3.5 minutes to go in the second period. DeVell to Grantham. Henry trying to check him back of the net. DeVell's got it. Now Grantham has it. Grantham pinned up. DeVell from behind the goal. Throws it in front, but it goes by everybody out to center ice. McMillan has it. Peluso can't come up with it for Vancouver. Blum does. There's going to be another penalty. Who's getting it? Stick up in Grantham's face. High stick on Vancouver. The Rockets are going to go back to the power play.
After killing a two double minor, Dan, from Don Hayes' standpoint, you want a good shift after that. You want to take it down into the Kelowna Rockets zone. From the Kelowna Rockets standpoint, there you see the penalty call. Ryan Huska's team, after not scoring for 4 minutes, you want to have another good offensive shift. And that's exactly what the Rockets got. They got the couple turnovers. They got the penalty call against Vancouver. And now with 3:09 left in the period, trailing 3-1, the Rockets go back on the power play.
And they win the faceoff. Barry takes a shot. Long has an opportunity. And again, the puck just bounced as he tried to shoot it. Rockets still have a lot of time in this hockey game, but so far puck luck has not been on their side, and it started on the first shift of the game where Bill showed you in the between periods that puck rolled right across the goal line in the Vancouver zone in the first minute. And it's been that kind of night so far for Kelowna. Backlund moving in, shooting, scores! Michael Backlund, his second of the night, and it's a beauty.
How many highlight reel goals does Michael Backlund score? Oh my gosh, you just don't get any better than this, folks. The puck possession and the shot. And it's all big league. That's not a goal of the week on everybody's calendar. I don't know what is.
It's a 3-2 hockey game, and here they come looking for more. As you look at Backlund at the bench, this building is alive again. Allman from back of the goal, tries to send it in front, could not. Barry gets the first assist. And the goalie, Guggenberger, gets the second assist. Power play goal, 17 minutes, 19 seconds. It's a one-goal game here in Game 6. The Giants with only one shot on goal in this entire period. Penalties caught up with them a little bit. Lucas Bludoff up towards Allman. Offside at the Vancouver blue line.
You certainly cannot fault Tyson Sexsmith. If he's a future goalie of the San Jose Sharks, he may not be the most ready, but he certainly is maybe the best prospect that they have. He's not going to face a whole lot more big league shot, big league effort than he just did from Michael Backlund. And he's been solid, Tyson Sexsmith has, all this hockey game.
And all this series.
Yes, he has. Boy, he's got that .933 save percentage. Against the Rockets in the playoffs, 9-2-0, and that's what you ask from the coaching staff.
Arrived in the building around 5 o'clock today, came up today after his teammates came yesterday. Fighting a flu bug, we're told. That's him scooping up the puck, and we'll get a face-off in the Vancouver zone with 1:32 to go in the second period.
Sexsmith seems so laid back. We've talked about that before, but man, oh man, is he competitive. If he's sick, I'm sure he's put that aside, said, you know what, I'm going to give my best. As you see where he stands in the save percentage, goals against average. You know, I love what Steve Ewan said from the Vancouver province. How competitive is Tyson Sexsmith? He says, his mother said, well, they don't play board games at their house anymore.
Regner stripped of the puck by Duvel, gets a chance to move it out a second time, does just that. We've got an arm in the air. Penalty coming up. Is it Jamie Benn or is it Brent Regner on the far side?
It's a Kelowna penalty, I think.
Hit from behind, and if it is, it's Jamie Benn going to the box.
Well, you know, I mean, really, you have to make these calls. You call them one way, you're going to have to call them the other way. I mean, Regner in a vulnerable position, no question about that. Ben doing what I think Coach Huska would like. Any coach would say, you know, finish those checks along the wall. But, you know, the way the game is called now, the way the rules are set up, sometimes you're just going to be making a bad decision at the last second simply because the player's back is turned.
Or just turning.
Or just turning, you're right.
Vancouver wins a face-off. They don't shoot it on the first one. Blum sets it up. Took a long time to shoot it, and there's a glove hand pass up for Lucas Bludov. And as he touches it, that's whistled down, and the face-off will go back into Kelowna territory.
And they got Jonathan Blum rushing a shot at that point. Jonathan usually makes a little smarter play than that, but he ran out of options in a hurry because he had people on him, and that puck ended up on Lucas Bludov. I think it was a Kelowna Rocket that quickly gloved it ahead.
The only time the Vancouver Giants have ever won a playoff series that's gone beyond 5 games was earlier this month when they beat the Spokane Chiefs. This is the third time in these playoffs they faced elimination. They lead 3-2 late stages of the second period, and they're on their 4th power play of the hockey game. Brent Regner trying to get it down past Dozek. Kane gloves it down. There's a break the other way, and Duvel can fly. Ian Duvel shorthanded. Can he tie it? He rolls off his stick. Ian Duvel, shorthanded breakaway. This building would have exploded. Kane in over the line. Kane holds and waits. Still Kane makes one move. As he passes it to the corner, comes back to Shearer. Shearer, long shot. Guggenberger takes it up high, and it's swatted away. Vancouver Shearer cannot hold it in. It's a delayed offside. So Myers wisely takes his time and looks up at the clock and says, I'm going to try to kill most of the rest of this period. And with 6 seconds to go, looks like that's going to happen. The horn will sound, and Vancouver will take a 1-goal lead into the third period, facing elimination in game number 6.
But, you know, if you are going to get caught at the blue line on a pinch, you don't want to get caught flat-footed. That's a Vancouver defense at the blue line, and if Ian Duvel is wide open, that's never a race that you're going to win. This guy here is as fast as they come in the Western Hockey League. He goes to make the deke. That can't be the best device down there, Dan. That puck just bounces way up over top of his stick, and Tyson Sexsmith and the rest of the Vancouver Giants breathe a huge sigh of relief as they take a 3-2 lead into the third period.
Despite having only 2 shots on goal that period, outshot 8-2. Let's go over to our great WHL Central perch down there in the corner to Dan Elliott.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Dan. Great spot here for us. Here is what is on tap for the second intermission. Giants captain Jonathan Blum will be our ringside guest. Lauren Fry, the assistant general manager from the Rockets, will be my guest up here in the Almond Gallery. Plus, I try to stand tall with Tyler Myers, so don't touch that dial. All that is next right here on the WHL on Shaw. It's the Giants leading the Rockets 3-2 through 2 periods of play.
After 40 minutes of play, it's the Giants over the Rockets 3-2 in Game 6. Here with Giants captain Jonathan Blum. Jonathan, talk about that second period, and was the theme trying to stay out of the penalty box?
Yeah, we know they're dangerous on the power play, and we got a lot of energy killing off that 4-minute, but we took another one and they capitalized, and we just had to get back to work and get more shots on net.
Key to maybe harnessing Backlund. How about his individual effort there?
Yeah, he's a good player. We know he's a good player, and we really got to close gaps on him and really check him, and yeah, he proved by he's one of the top players in the league with that goal.
Just want to go back to the first period. How nice, what a relief was it to get the 3 goals to break out there?
yeah, we haven't scored in 2 games, and it's good to get a couple power plays to get our momentum going, and get 3 goals, but we only have 10 shots right now, and we want to be at 30 right now, so we have a little work to do.
Not many shots for both teams. How little open ice is there out there right now?
They're two evenly coached teams. They're both disciplined, and it's a tight checking game, and all of it has to do with turnovers, and that's who's going to capitalize on the goals.
1 goal lead here. How do you not sit back on this in the final 20?
We know we can't with their offensive power and this crowd. We want to keep pushing and try to get that 4th goal on them.
All right, thanks for your time, John.
Thank you.
Let's head up to Dan Elliott.
All right, thank you very much, Stu. I'm pleased to be joined up here just by the Almond Gallery with the Assistant General Manager, Director of Player Personnel for the Kelowna Rockets. That's Lauren Fry. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Nice to be here, Dan.
Just going to pull up your mic there for you. A little loud around here. Everybody's a little excited. I saw you watching there when Duval had that breakaway. You really would have liked to have had that one.
I was looking. I couldn't really tell what happened. Then when I saw the replay and saw the puck bounce off a stick, I'm going, wow, that's might have been a little bit the way our game's been going here tonight. But hey, hopefully we can get one more and make a run at it here.
Well, a good period for your team after being down 3-1 after one. Your thoughts on your team's play through the 40 minutes?
Well, I thought we started out really well, and then the 2 penalties and the 2 power play goals by Vancouver sort of set us back a little bit, and I thought they carried the play for about 15 minutes. Then halfway through that period, I think our crowd got going a little bit, and our guys got a little enthused, and then we started generating some offense, and obviously it forced them into a couple penalties, and we were able to get one back. So right now, I think it's pretty even, and the next goal obviously is going to be huge.
Well, absolutely. You talk about generating offense. Tough against this Giants team. I mean, you guys just have 13 shots for 2 periods. There's so many blocked shots, even for both teams.
Well, we knew coming in. I mean, they didn't win 50 games in this league by not having a good team, and certainly their defense is probably maybe the best defense in this league, and we know that in order to beat them, you have to keep the puck away from them and the goaltender, and so far, if you're giving their defense opportunities to handle the puck and make shots and stuff like that, you're going to be in trouble, and we have to eliminate those guys.
Yeah, they've made a couple of big plays tonight. Let me ask you, coming up on the Bantam draft, you're the man responsible for obviously a lot of the picks here for Kelowna Rockets. Bantam draft coming up this Thursday. Obviously a busy time for you. What's the process for you? What's this week like as you get into preparation time?
Well, tomorrow I'm heading off to Edmonton around noon, and we'll meet. I got my scouts coming in the evening, and we'll meet and sit down and finalize our overall names and selections and where we think guys are going to be slotted, and then we're going to sort of identify the players that we like, and hopefully some of them are there when it's our turn to pick.
Well, you've done some great job in drafting, but how hard is it to be looking at guys who are 15 years of age when you know they still have room to develop, still have room to grow? It's obviously never an exact science.
Right, and I'll be honest with you, Dan, there's a lot of luck involved in this process, and you try to do the best you can, you try to make the best judgments, you do some research on the individuals, and when it all comes, you know how good the players are, their skill level, their skating ability, things like that, but it all comes down in a little bit of luck in the sense that some of them will grow 4 or 5 inches over the next couple of years. Other ones were sort of not developed like you'd hope they would, and so it is a subjective sort of process, and you got to get lucky.
Yeah, there is a hit and miss factor to it. A region that you guys have hit a lot lately is in California. You got 4 guys on your playoff roster that are from California. What is it about that area, or who do you have down there that you're finding these guys?
Well, we started off with Colin Long, and this was a long time ago. We took him in the 11th round of the Bantam draft, and he ended up, and it was, again, a selection that we never thought he'd ever play in the Western Hockey League, but he came to camp, and he made it. And then last year we took Shane McColgan, who was our first round overall pick last year, and he's in our lineup. He's not in our lineup, but he's here. He's played for us this year, which we're very pleased with. And then along came Adam Brown, the goaltender, who's the son of Noel Brown, assistant coach in Anaheim, and I made contact with him this summer through a scout of ours down there, and he showed up, and he had a great year. And then Mitchell Callahan, all come out of nowhere. He came because he played with McColgan last year in LA, wanted to try out, wanted to see what the Western Hockey League was like, walked into our camp. We loved him, made our team, and he's been a great asset for us this year.
He has been a great fit for you. Well, best of luck with the Bantam draft, and best of luck the rest of tonight. Hopefully you guys can get it done for your side of things.
Well, thanks a lot, Dan, and we're keeping our fingers crossed.
Absolutely. Appreciate you stopping by. At this point in time, we want to thank Cal Tire as a Western Hockey League Prestige partner. Lots more to come here from Prospera Place as the Giants lead the Rockets 3-2 through 2 periods of play. Vancouver Giants 20 minutes away from evening this best-of-7 Western Conference final at 3 games apiece. They lead the Kelowna Rockets 3-2 through 40 minutes. Just 1 goal in the second period. It was a beauty from Michael Backlund, his second of the game, coming on the power play for Kelowna as Vancouver managed just 2 shots in that second period. Well, I'm going to rack your brain. Can you name any current or former NHLers who were born in Texas? Well, through all my research, I found 2. One was Mike Christie, a former D-man who played in the late 70s, and another is future Hall of Famer Brian Leach, of course, of the New York Rangers. Well, a third, no doubt, will be Tyler Myers of the Kelowna Rockets. He was born in Katy, Texas, and when he was 10 years old, he moved to Canada. From there, his career on the ice took off. Now, prior to tonight's game, and in fact, earlier in the series, I caught up to him to talk about his hockey odyssey. All right, let's clarify this to begin with. I don't look up to a lot of people. I'm 6'2", your height?
I'm 6'8", I think. Hopefully I'm done growing here and I can start growing outward now.
As I look down, what size are your feet?
13.
Not too bad. Well, let me ask you this. A guy who was born in Texas, spent the first 10 years of your life there, was hockey always on your mind, or was it ever on your mind growing up in Texas?
When I was first growing up, it was more baseball and basketball down there. So, and then my dad took me to a Houston Aeros game, and it was the IHL at the time. And I fell in love with it right away. We were buying equipment in the local rinks pro shop the next morning. So, got into it pretty quick, and I haven't looked back since.
I was going to say, once you made the move to Canada, it seemed only a natural fit.
Yeah, I was. I was pretty excited when got the opportunity to come to Canada with my dad, and it's a huge hockey country, and obviously, and it's been a lot of fun.
Well, you were drafted last year in the first round by Buffalo. What was that experience for you like, being taken in the first round?
It's something I'll never forget, for sure. I mean, to walk up on stage, especially with Kim Gellert, who's a scout for Buffalo, and also our skills coach, is a special moment, and it's one I'll never forget.
You played this year for Canada's World Junior team. Born in the States, but you've become a Canadian. What was it like for you? Because a lot of people, maybe a different feeling for you, but what was it like?
I made the move to Canada when I was 10 years old, and I just feel I wouldn't be where I am today as a hockey player if I hadn't made that move. So, I felt I owed Canada that, and I'm happy with my decision.
You, as we talk about that World Juniors too, what was that experience like, winning a gold medal?
It was, probably the highlight of my life so far in hockey, and it was very exciting. It was cutting it pretty close in that semifinal game against Russia, but we were able to pull out with the gold. So it was definitely an experience to remember.
Because of your size, you're always going to get compared to guys like Zdeno Chara. It can't be that bad a thing.
No, he's a Norris Trophy candidate this year, so I'll take that comparison any day.
Yeah, who would you model your game after?
Most people like to compare me to guys like Pronger and Chara just because of my size, but I do look at those guys to see how they play the game and how they use their size to their advantage. And obviously I look at guys like Nicholas Lidstrom as well, and he's an amazing player in the league. And I'll look at whoever just to take anything.
Thanks for doing this, and best of luck in the future with your hockey career.
All right, thanks for having me.
You bet. Tyler Myers, he's a beauty. 7 teams remain in the running for the Memorial Cup. In the QMJHL, Game 1 of their final is this Friday, May 1st, Drummondville. They're perfect 12-0. They take on Shawinigan. And in the OHL final, it's the Brampton Battalion. Cody Hodgson on that team. Matt Duchesne expected to be a first-round pick in the NHL draft, taking on the Windsor Spitfires. Taylor Hall, the big name on that team. He's expected to be a top pick next year. That game 1 is Wednesday, April 29th. All right, to learn more about your favorite team, be sure to check out WHL.ca, loaded with stats, player profiles, alumni spotlights, everything else you need to know. Of course, be sure to take the fan opinion poll. Just follow the links on the homepage and have your say about what you like the most about the Western Hockey League. Vancouver Giants leading the Kelowna Rockets 3-2 through 2 periods of play. The Rockets fans want to cheer about something. They're ready to go as we send it upstairs to Dan and Bill.
Thank you again, Dan. And my guess is that the Calgary Hitmen are sitting back and saying, they kind of like this. They like Vancouver leading. They'd like a game tomorrow, and there would be a Game 7 if Vancouver holds on. And we do know the WHL final for the HL Cup is set to start Friday in Calgary. But a lot to be decided here.
Yeah, Vancouver Giants, even with the lead down, they really had only the 2 shots on goal. And if you're not playing the game in the offensive zone, you better be doing a real good job in your own zone. Now, Lauren Fry was talking about the Vancouver defense. One of the reasons, Dan, that they are so good is they do have very, very active sticks. They do make sure that players have not got opportunities to make many plays with it. Watch Jonathan Blum here. Quick little poke check, and he sends James Wright away on a transition play. And that's the important thing of playing, with your head on a swivel. That was the hit that Nolan Toigo put on Evan Bludoff. Ouch. Yeah, that was a big hit. That led to a double minor penalty. The Rockets did not score on that. Vancouver was able to kill that off, but on a penalty after that, as good a goal as you'll see in the Western Hockey League, folks. Wow. So good, we'll show it to you again. It's a Backlund goal. He will be in the Calgary Flames uniform sooner than later. What a job. One of the problems here is he's got Regner on defense, but he had Craig Cunningham also coming back, and you got a forward like Cunningham trying to handle Backlund. It's tough. This is how close Kelowna came to tying this game. This is late in the period. Duval misses. Well, let's see what happened. The puck just jumped right off his stick over top of his stick, and the score remains 3-2 for Vancouver heading into the third period.
Looked like he was trying to bring it over to his backhand and tuck it in on the 5-hole. Backlund, the only goal of the second period. Stand by. The third period of Game 6 coming up next on Shaw. Dan Russell with Bill Wilms back in Kelowna with Dan Elliott and Stu Walters. Our executive producer is in the house, Russ Greaves. Our game producer, Dave Roberts. WHL Central producer, Grant Wilkins. Our director is Jim Thompson. We thank you for joining us tonight, all of us at Shaw. Hope you enjoyed the WHL playoffs. If there's a Game 7, we'll be back in Vancouver tomorrow. We say hello to those also watching on Shaw Direct. And as we start this third period, there's 37 seconds remaining in Jamie Benn's hit from behind penalty. That was a single minor, and the Giants on the power play, but they have to go all the way back in their own zone to go and get the puck as Myers sent it the length of the ice. Jonathan Blum will start out. Giants, when they take a lead into the third period, have a record of 7-1 during these playoffs. Kelowna's 2-2 when they trail after 2. Blum will shoot it back in. Around the horn on the far side, Casey Piero-Zabatal plays it behind the net to Kane. Myers hits him for the 64th time in this playoff series. But who's counting? And Kane has bounced back 64 times. The competitive spirit of Kane, and we saw that in their last regular season meeting in Vancouver, at least the last time at the Coliseum on Shaw in the regular season. Early in the game, Myers just flattened Kane, and boy, Kane just ran into Blum on his way to the bench. But Kane answered the bell big time that night as they go offside at the Kelowna line.
Yeah, Evander Kane, tough kid, got up that night, did a terrific job once he got his senses, figured out where he was, and got back and played hard. And that's what I think what the scouts really love about Evander Kane is that, that competitiveness. Sure, he gets around the net. I think from probably 10 feet in, he's probably the toughest guy on the Vancouver Giants, and maybe one of the toughest in the league. When he gets that area, he's got straight lines. When Evander Kane is around the goal, it's not too fancy. He goes on a straight beeline of where he wants to go with the puck, and that's been very, very impressive. That's why he got 48 goals on the season.
And one here tonight. And Blum has a goal too, and in 5 of the previous 6 games, Blum and Kane had been held off the score sheet. Frozen puck in the neutral zone. Early stages, third period. Bill, are you surprised that Vancouver only had 2 shots in the second? Do you think they were trying to nurse that thing too early?
Well, if they were, I don't think it's a wise decision, to be honest with you. I mean, they did come out and had themselves a very solid first period, out shooting Kelowna 8-5, and then 2 in the second. You know what? A down period, so be it. As long as they bounce back here from Don Hayes' standpoint, they want to probably, well, you heard Jonathan Blum. They like to get 30 in a period, or 30 in a game, and they've got a lot of work to do.
There's one that's directed towards Guggenberger. I'm not sure if Nunn got it on goal or not, but he was right there. And one thing about Gary Nunn, he is very good on deflections or plays around the net. That's him with the puck bringing in and over the line. Kaderna bounces it towards Guggenberger. Nunn in these playoffs has 3 goals. He had 27 in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, Gary Nunn, his sense of timing is so good. His sense of deflection, he's got the good eye-hand coordination. We've talked about that. And when you've got good acceleration like Nunn has, one of the key is you've got to accelerate into the scoring areas. And by the way, I don't know if we mentioned that he's very good friends with Jamie Benn. They were line mates, not just teammates. They were line mates playing junior hockey in Victoria.
Giants trying to get a shot on the faceoff. Good not. Hero Zabatal dumps it back of the net. Peluso trying to check Barry. Colin Long coming up with a loose puck. Long off the glass. Gets it back again as he forced it out to the neutral zone. Peluso will put it back in. Guggenberger blocking it back of the net. Guggenberger, born in Minnesota, one of 10 American-born players in this series. Lucas Bludoff can't reach the puck. There's Long. Long trying to get it, cannot. Berube dishes it off. Long pass up here for Kane. Kane sends it in. And Berube, or check that, Barry gets it for Kelowna. Long pass tips high down the ice. Icing on the Rockets.
Tyson Barrie, 5'9", 165. You watch enough of Tyson Barrie play, and scouts will tell you right away that he has a first pass, right now Barrie does, that's at the National Hockey League level. His vision is great. His pacing is outstanding. And boy, you get an isolation camera on him sometime, and you watch the holes that he picks to take that puck into or go into if he doesn't have the puck. It's uncanny. He's got great on-ice awareness. That's a great breakout play for the Rockets there.
DeVal chopping at the puck. Eftesenko leads it. Gets it back again for Vancouver. Rogers turned around and fell on his own, so McMillan comes up with a loose puck. Around the boards on the far side, the Rockets able to lift it out at center. DeVal to Backlund, 2 goals tonight. Here he goes again, Backlund shoots, and Sexsmith makes the save. So dangerous in this game has been Michael Backlund. He's roaming around in the slot. There's the pass, turning around, he shoots, and that hit DeVal on the way. Backlund again, shot, and Sexsmith got his arm on it. Great shift again for Backlund. It's still 3-2. Toigo trying to get it to the Kelowna line. That's as far as he gets. Here's DeVal. Has it roll off his stick. Shira. Now Cunningham for Vancouver. Gains the red line. He's all by himself. He shoots it wide of the net. Gives chase for his own puck. As Dozak takes him out, Long comes up with it. Long back to Dozak, being checked again by Cunningham. Lucas Bludoff flips it to the glass. Not out. Ross. Boma going in to throw a check on Barrie. Lucas Bludoff. Checked by James Henry. Lance Boma in there. Giants on the forecheck right now. Intercepted by Allman. He'll flip it up high to the center ice area. Ross cuts off the first one, but here comes Lucas Bludoff. Poked off his stick. He gets it back again. Turns and shoots, and that's blocked. Cunningham on the back check. Grantham tries to throw it in front. Lucas Bludoff, deep slot. His shot knocked down by Regner. Grantham throws it right in front. Goes right through the goal mouth. McMillan shoots it again, and Sexsmith got his pad on it. And it's shot out by Vancouver. Myers chasing it down. Up to Novotny. The fans coming alive here in Kelowna. They sense another opportunity as Grantham has it roll. And it goes to Sexsmith. Whoa, what do we got here? A penalty as well?
I don't know, but before we get to it, it's all about Backlund. This is a goal he scored high in the slot area. His first of the night. The second one, a thing of beauty. Slides right between a couple of Kelowna, Vancouver defensemen. This is the last play, folks. I mean, how does he do it? How quickly does he take it from that wide backhand to his forehand with that great release right in front of Sexsmith? Backlund, very, very special. The penalty, is there penalties on the play?
No.
Faceoff just comes outside the Vancouver Giant blue line.
I think they were just indicating that the defenseman came in too deep and the puck had been put out of play, and we remain at full strength here. Berube. Now Caderna shoots it in. We've hit the 5-minute mark of the third period of game number 6. Kelowna trying to wrap up this series and meet the Calgary Hitmen in the Ed Chanel Cup, but they've got work to do. Vancouver trying to protect the lead. Bowman in over the line. Long shot. That's knocked down by Sexsmith. Blum has it now. Out it goes as Henry. Nice breakout pass. Caderna trying to get loose. Guggenberger out of his net. And then he gave it right away, and James Wright trying to come up with a loose puck. Had it, lost it. Giants hold it in, and Toigo's got some room. He shoots the puck. and that is knocked down by McMillan. Ian DeVal will race out of his own zone with it. As he gathers speed, he hits the Vancouver line. Here's St. Denis, and that's deflected out of play. Toigo getting his stick in front of it.
Well, you got two quick speedsters on this particular play. You got Duval coming out of his own zone, getting a little freedom to rush. I think Don Hayes got to make sure they don't get this much open ice in the neutral ice area. And he gets it to St. Denis, who's simply flying down that right wing. And again, Nolan Toigo. What a simple, absolutely simple play. He makes that look so easy. St. Denis drawing that stick back, has Toigo's stick to contend with. He deflects it up into the netting, face-off Vancouver zone.
Rockets are going to hold it in. Lucas Budoff puts it behind the goal. Jamie Benn on the cycle with Colin Long. They've worked it all year. Long in front to Benn, and it goes off his stick. Didn't get a clean shot. Myers pinched and gambled. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. Kane trying to get loose. Kane ran out of territory, throws the puck in front. It's Cunningham almost taking it off Barry, but Barry got it over to Long, who gets it to Benn, who shoots it in. Every play under the microscope right now. And there's one at the side of the net that Sexsmith freezes.
You always got to be concerned of the Vancouver Giants, and you get this Kelowna Rocket team with possession. When they get possession inside the offensive zone, they'll throw the short side pass, as you saw there. The puck goes up to Ben with the shot. He thinks maybe he could have scored on that. He kicked a terrific feed on the play. But you know, if you're a defenseman, maybe it was Shiro with a partial block on that. But if you're a Vancouver defenseman, there's possession in your zone. You really got to be careful.
McMillan takes a shot from the line. That's knocked down. Giants trying to force it out. Boma does get it out to center, but Callahan will backhand it in. It's a roller on Sexsmith. Fans want to give him a Bronx cheer, or the Okanagan equivalent of a Bronx cheer. Henry shoots the puck in. Guggenberger gave it away to Henry. Henry pinned up by McMillan. Puck squirting free, and McMillan is going to dart out of his own zone once more with it. Avoids two checks, sends it into the Vancouver zone. 7 minutes gone in period number 3. Giants, Regner. Now Henry. Henry has the 3-1 goal in this game, and now since become 3-2. Gravel, followed up by Bowman. Bowman sends it in, Shira. Ross back for Shira, missed him, none back of the net. Now up to Kaderna, who just sends it out to center. Nunn coming up with a loose puck. Fan on his shot. And here comes Kelowna back the other way, led by DeVal. DeVal will send it in deep. He'll have to peel back because he's at the end of a line change. And Myers throws a hard hit on Shira. He's going to get a penalty for it. Shira very slow to get up as Ben touches the puck. That might be the most punishing check we've seen Myers throw in this series. Oh my, what a hit. And there is blood. You can see that Shira is in some trouble there as Myers, all 6'8" of them, caught Shira flush.
Yeah, that does not look good. That certainly got double minor written all over it. Myers not known to go too far deep. He won't venture into the offensive zone an awful lot of times, certainly not to make a hit. Myers will, cross the opposing blue line to make a pass, get a shot on net. I mean, I don't know. I mean, really, Shira driven. You know what, Dan? This might even be more than that. This is a very, very punishing hit by Tyler Myers.
There's
at
the
6'8".
Brass, sorry.
No, that's exactly right.
That was Ron Toigo and Scott Bonner in their box over there, and there's the hit.
And I'll tell you, folks, there's no embellishment by Shira on that spot, on that play. When you get a look when he's rolled over, he is not in very good shape.
20-year-old Craig Shira from Spirit Woods, Saskatchewan. And here's a real-time look at the hit. What's the call going to be? What's the all-important call? Remember, it's Myers, too, and so when he's not in the penalty kill situation, that's another storyline here. The other one is the fact that the Giants have already been charged with a 4-minute penalty for hitting from behind. So there's some precedent in this game already. It's a 5-minute penalty.
Now let me tell you, he's out of the game. That's a match penalty. And more often, I know during the regular season, a match penalty has a 1-game suspension on it. I don't know if that holds true in the playoffs or not.
He hasn't left the box yet, Bill. Does it have to be a match penalty?
Well, 5 is a match. It's not a 3 and a 2.
Well, Myers.
5-minute penalty is a match penalty.
He's grabbing his helmet now. Is he going to make his way over to the other side? Looks like he is.
And that's got all kinds of ramifications behind this call.
Well, now we're having a look at Myers skate on the ice, and the fans will boo this call all the way until Myers gets to the dressing room, and maybe more so. A 5-minute major.
This may be an extremely important, pivotal point of this series. Here it is again, folks.
5 for boarding and a game misconduct.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
I mean, any Rocket taking that penalty would have been costly, but this one, with all the other ramifications, number 1, it's a long penalty. Number 2, he's their best penalty killer. Number 3, he's out of the game. Number 4, it's reviewable.
Absolutely right.
Penalty number 10, Evan Blum.
You know, in the season, when you get a match penalty, a 5-minute penalty, you are automatically out until that play is reviewed. I've not seen a match penalty not result in a 1-game suspension. But as I say, Dan, I don't know if that changes in the playoffs or not. I mean, obviously it's reviewable, and there may be a situation there where they say he's 6'8" and all the rest of the things that go along with it. But
ironically, the one serving the penalty is Evan Bludoff, and he's the one who took the penalty, or the recipient on the Toigo double minor. Wow.
Yeah, this all comes with 12:09 left in the third period. Vancouver, a 3-2 lead. They have goals from Blum, Kane, and Henry. The Kelowna Rockets and 2 goals from Michael Backlund. Here we go in a power play for the Vancouver Giants.
5-minute major and a 1-goal lead. Piero Zabatal back to Regner. Regner holding, shooting, deflected on the way, rebound in front, they score! Evander Kane has scored another one. It took just 10 seconds into the power play, and it's 4-2 for Vancouver.
Dad, it comes right off a face-off win. I think this might be Piero Zabatal in the face-off circle. It is. They get possession of it, and that's all you want from Vancouver's standpoint. They want to get it back to the blue line. In Brent Regner's hands, we're going to find a lane to shoot that puck. Gets it on the net. Evander Kane, I mean, really, let's be honest, Tyler Myers would have been out there boxing Kane out on this play. Tyson Dozak, number 26, can't get good position on him, actually falls down. That's the only space that Evander Kane needed, and he just made them pay for it. And it's still a power play for Vancouver.
Here's the announcement.
Number 28, Brent Regner, and by number 17, Casey Piero Zabatel.
What a night for
Time of the
Regner,
goal,
too.
8:01.
Regner has 3 assists in this hockey game for Vancouver. Here's DeVal shorthanded, trying to get around Regner. DeVal peels back to try to kill some time. 4 minutes and 14 seconds left in the major penalty. Barry brings the puck in over the line. Barry checked off the puck. Comes around to Vancouver, and here they come out of their own zone. Peluso gets the puck up. It's a 2-on-1 for Vancouver. In his backward in front, it's none rather, and they bang away. Peluso still banging at the puck. And it's underneath Guggenberger, and when you bang that many times, you bet you're going to draw a crowd. And that's exactly what happened here. And then more rough stuff is none at the side of the net, tied up with Barry. A couple of Victoria boys. Peluso and McMillan. And Guggenberger, Bill, held that puck out.
Big save. 2 of the faster guys for the Vancouver Giants, Blum and Peluso, break out. They catch a Kelowna Rocket defense in deep. It's a clear 2-on-1. This is a great save by Guggenberger there. The backhand pass, or the backhand shot right across the crease area. There's the hacking, the whacking, the pushing, the shoving. It's the spicy speech and everything that goes along with it. The big save by the goaltender, Mark Hugenberger.
Wright is in the penalty box. Is he the only penalized player? He might be here, although maybe not. We'll wait to see. For sure, Vancouver's James Wright is in the box. Now it's going to be Cody Allman coming to the box as well. So the 5-on-4 will continue. Let's go down to Stu Walters.
Yeah, guys, obviously you could see for yourself how visibly shaken Craig Shearer was on that hit. From what I could tell there, it looked like there's two separate lacerations, one on the cheek, one on the forehead as well. But he certainly does not look like he has all his faculties about him. Needed help from the trainer, athletic trainer Corey Cameron, all the way into the Giants dressing room here and just walking forward. So very doubtful. I don't think I'm going out on a limb that he would return tonight. Back up to you.
All right, penalized players each getting roughing penalties at 9:01. Here comes Henry with 3.5 minutes left on the power play. Henry back of the net to Kadurna. Kadurna will play it back to Jonathan Blum. Blum, long shot, knocked down in front. Whack at the puck in front there by Henry. And that was stopped by Guggenberger. Bowman picks a spot, clears it out to center ice. Nearing the halfway mark of the third period. Vancouver led 3-1 after 1. It was 3-2 after 2. And 3 of their goals have come with a man advantage. Cross-ice pass. Here's Cunningham. Oh, he tried to feather it through. And a good play by Dozak to make sure the puck did not get through to Piero Zabitol. Ross takes the pass from Tyson Sexsmith. Puts the puck into the far corner. Cunningham is going to get there first. Cunningham guided off the puck by McMillan, but Piero Zabitol plays it to the line. Not able to hold it in as Regner this time. And Ross collects it. 2.5 minutes left on the major. That's how long it is. We're only halfway through the Myers major. DeVell shorthanded. He is dangerous in this situation. Just put the puck wide. Nice inside-outside move there by DeVell. Here comes Evander Kane. Bowman lines him up. Piero Zabitol back of the net. Now it is Regner. Blum. Up high, and a lot of shots are going up high. That's where the Giants are trying to put it. There's a shot, knocked down, and flipped out by Kelowna. 2 minutes remaining in the penalty. 9 minutes to go in the third period. Giants 4, Rockets 2. Will we have a Game 7 tomorrow night in Vancouver? Blum hammers it in. That hit Dozak. And now Long gets the puck. Long sends it down the ice once more. Now, if we get Kelowna killing this penalty, the remainder of it, we should say, could give them life. They'd still have time here. Fasenko going wide. Dozak around the far side, and out it goes. Blum could not hold it in. Giants scored 10 seconds into this 5-minute major. They have 1:17 left in it. Fasenko shoots it in. None. Now Long picking a spot, can't get it out. Berube moves in. Then he goes back again. Cross ice it goes to Ross, who just dumps it back of the net. Comes around this near wall. Fasenko playing it down towards Boma. Too high for him to handle. Fasenko trying to come off the boards, cannot. Berube plays it cross ice to Ross. One-timer, knocked down in front. Rockets are on it, and out they come. 2-on-2, short-handed. Colin Long taking the puck. Long shooting the puck. Sexsmith makes the save. Didn't know where it went for a moment. Long. Fans yelling for a penalty as Long went down. Here's Backlund. Backlund holding it. Backlund shooting it. Long on the rebound. Another chance for Long, and Sexsmith down low to make the save. Vancouver almost giving up a short-handed goal there. And Ross slowly out of his own zone. Dumps the puck forward. Peluso picks it up. Centering pass for Henry. And it's swept away by Kelowna. And here comes Kyle St. Dennis. St. Dennis rolls the puck in. Just 10 seconds left in the penalty. They gave up an early one, but the Rockets are still in the game, just down by 2 goals with 7 minutes remaining. It's uphill, yes, but it could have been worse. Blum, lead pass to Henry. Henry trying to go all the way through. He takes a little bit of a stab at it, couldn't get his stick on it. Rockets get it. Here's Novotny out of his own zone. Novotny, lead pass up for Ben. Too high for him to handle, and it's swatted away by Vancouver. Under 7 minutes to go. Bowman to Novotny. Novotny in over the line. Novotny trying to squeeze past Regner. Could not. Regner stays with him. Dumps the puck back of the goal. Over on the far side, Bassford up for Piero Zabatal. They don't get it out. Rockets with a good job to hold the puck in the first time, but Piero Zabatal gets it out now. Shot in by Rogers. He'll give chase. Former Kamloops Blazer in on Dozek. Dozek gets the puck back again. Around the boards it goes to Callahan. Callahan out to Berube. Berube just dumps it over here to the open wing where Duvel skates onto it, and he sends it into the Vancouver zone. Piero Zabatal hands it right away to Callahan. Duvel shoots, save, rebound. They bang at the puck. Callahan is there, and Duvel as well. Here's a shot from the point, and it deflects off the play. Casey Piero Zabatal with a terrible giveaway in his own zone, and the Rockets continue the pressure. Lucas Bludoff to Tyson Barrie. Down low it goes. McMillan and Bassford battling for the puck. Piero Zabatal trying to make amends, but he looks tired out there. Piero Zabatal can't get to the puck. Rogers goes down. Big pressure here by Kelowna. Lucas Bludoff now to McMillan. McMillan's shot is blocked. He'll get another chance. Everybody on Vancouver dog tired out there. There's a centering pass. They don't want to ice it, Vancouver. The centering pass again, and a shot saved by Sexsmith, and he holds on to stop the play, and we get pushing and shoving after all that big-time pressure by Kelowna in the Vancouver zone, and somebody's landed on top of Tyson Sexsmith.
And Dan, that really, the Giants have not recovered after that Piero Zabatal giveaway that you talked about. They never did get that puck out, and this is what's the end result of that. Not a real smart play when you're leading by 2. Well, a real quick recap, folks. It's 4-2 Vancouver. It started in the first period. 4 goals, 3 of them Vancouver Giant goals. Jonathan Blum finds the seam, bounces off Bludoff, top corner, his 7th, makes it 1-0. Backlund finds himself at the top of the slot. And when he's in that spot, too much talent, he'll find that spot to shoot it every single time. Evander Kane, right in front of the net, takes a great pass from Regner off the back wall. Number 9, watch it cruise in, puts it right on his stick, his 6th, second against the Rockets, a power play goal. James Henry, what a nice feed from Regner. That makes it 3-1, came 18:58. That was all the scoring in the first period. 1 goal in the second, Backlund. But it's a highlight reel goal, his 7th. That makes it 3-2. And then in the last period, Evander Kane, a power play goal, gets himself exactly where he loves to be. At the side of the net with a little bit of room, he makes it 4-2, his 7th of the season. This is a play we just talked about, Dan. They never recovered. That soft play by Casey. He turns it over to Callahan. What a nice quick release to the front of the net to Duval. And that Sexsmith had to bail everybody out on that play. Casey loves to be a little tougher on that puck in his own goal.
Now a penalty is coming up to Vancouver as Ben went right to the net. Power play coming up. Here's McMillan. Here's Barrie. Here's Ben. And he has it go off the heel of his stick. Berube touches it. And with 5:09 to go, not only is it going to be a power play, it's going to be a 4-on-3 power play for Kelowna.
Right off the face-off. Giants have been pretty good in the face-off circle, but this is one they lose. You see the signal. If you haven't watched hockey long enough, you don't know what that signal is by Pat Smith. It's a hook. Dan, I don't see it. It has to be out there. I tell you, it's an important enough situation that the Kelowna Rockets, I think, have called a timeout on the play. Ryan Huska wants to make sure that something can happen on this. Help me out, Dan. Where's the hook? The penalty is definitely to Evander Kane.
I think it came right off the face-off. Ben went by him, and Kane got a stick involved. Well, that's right off the drop. If you look at potential Game 7 on Shaw tomorrow night, if it happens, it'll be at 7 o'clock, and yes, we'll have it. But, you know, after Myers flipped the puck over the glass in Vancouver 2 nights ago, he really thanked his teammates for bailing him out. Imagine if his team were to come back here down 2 in the 3rd period with him kicked out of the game. They've got a door opener here. Here's your penalty right
in front of the net. You got it right there. The hook by Evander Kane. He saw Jamie Benn breaking hard to the front, felt that was his best defensive play.
All right, 4-on-3. Big part of the game again. There's been many storylines. Backlund. Barrie moves in. Backlund shooting it, and it goes off the blocker. What a save by Sexsmith. Backlund looking for his hat trick in this game. Ben and Blum battle for the puck. Round the boards, Vancouver's going to get it, and they send it back at least inside the Kelowna line. James Wright able to get it down there. Wright and Cunningham head to the bench. The 4-on-3 continues for a minute 10. Here comes Backlund. Backlund putting on the brakes. Barry's occupying the point position. Barry down low to Long. Long with Ben standing in front. Barry to Backlund. Backlund over to Long. Shooting save. Ben on the rebound, and Sexsmith is there to make the save.
Yeah, good. You can see what the Kelowna Rockets are trying to do. They obviously have Barry up at the blue line. He's going to control all this, and you either get it to Ben or to Backlund or to one of them. They will find each other. Long involved in the play, too. It's just a good cross-ice pass. Sexsmith just really so solid. Faced the shooter so well. Here it comes. Cross-ice from this spot. You want to get the goaltender moving one side to the other. Sexsmith got there in a hurry. No rebound.
Tyson Sexsmith, he's faced 25 shots in this game, 23 saves. Every faceoff under the microscope. The Giants win one. Regner will try to hammer it around the boards, but Ben with a great job to hold the puck in. Ben to Barry. Barry down low, a redirection by Colin Long. There's a centering pass, scores! Jamie Benn makes it a one-goal game.
Dan, right off the face-off, that puck was kept in, and it was a great job by Jamie Benn to keep it in. Colin Long just works it to Ben. Ben was the guy on the far wall. They kept that puck in. It looked like it was going to be wrapped out, but 14, Ben finds the spot with his stick on the ice. He's not going to miss very often from that spot. That's when he wants it. But you know, he had to make a great play. He had to thread that needle, go upstairs right over the glove. Tyson Sexsmith.
Ben from Long. Let's see if there's a second assist. Should be.
Assisted by number 11, Colin Long. And by number 4, Tyson Barry.
And here comes DeVal. DeVal putting on the brakes in the corner, throwing it in front. Peluso intercepts. It's a one-goal game with 3.5 minutes to go. Here's Ullman shooting and scores! Game 6 with 3.5 minutes to go.
Ian Duval in deep. It's going to be Brandon McMillan taking that puck in that spot. What a bump off the puck. Keeps it alive. Gets it to Cody Allman. Once Brandon McMillan did a great job. That's Duval on the first play. McMillan with that check. He rubs Vasenko out of the player. Was that Peluso? They get it to Cody Allman. Allman, no mistake on it. Listen to this place. They're going nuts.
Oh, if you're Tyler Myers in the dressing room, how do you feel about this? 2 goals in 33 seconds. Listen to this place.
Goal. His 8th of the playoffs. Scored by number 12, Cody Allman. Assisted by number 15, Brandon McMillan. And by number 19, Ian Duval. Time of the goal, 16:28.
33 seconds apart. Ben at 15:55. Here comes Ben again, right in, and it rolls off his stick. The Rockets loaded for Bear right now. Here's Barry shooting in, and Sexsmith turned it aside. Penalties are over. Teams are back at full strength. Long trying to come off the boards. First time this game's been tied since the first period. Blum around the boards. McMillan holding it in. This building's so quiet 15 minutes ago. Barry shoots it in. Long on the far side. Long protects the puck, heads to the net. Lucas Bludov trying to work it in front, and he's missed by one of the Vancouver Giants. That was Berube. Here's Long again. Long holding it. Long, still Long, and it goes off his stick. And Vancouver will come out with 2:45 to go. Nunn stood up by McMillan. Barry has the puck. Barry dishes it off. McMillan starting back the other way. McMillan up towards Backlund, going in. Another chance for Backlund off the side of the net. Vancouver trying to come out. Gary Nunn, second chance, forced back. Another turnover potentially, no. Vancouver starts back. Henry with Boma. Henry. Now Boma. Now Henry. Henry from back of the net. Dozek trying to chase him down. From the blue line. Long shot. Deflected off the target. Boma got his stick on it. Dozek has it. 2 minutes to go in the third period. It's all tied 4-4. Giants trying to stave off elimination. 4 goals is not enough for them tonight. At the beginning of the night, they would have thought it would be. Bandon over the line, passes to Long, and Sexsmith makes a fine save. Back the other way, Pasenko dishes it off. Here's Cunningham. It rolls wide of the Kelowna goal. 1:35 to go in the third. Kelowna trying to get it out of their own zone, and they do. Long sends it in deep. Berube back to get it. Fans yelling for a penalty. Play on, say the refs. Berube dishes it back. Kane can't accept the pass. This will be icing on Vancouver.
Boy, you got a couple tired teams. Who's got the little more energy? This is what it's all about. Ben is going to make a nice little feed to Colin Long in that spot. He's got a couple Vancouver Giant defense chasing. You can't be chasing from the top of your face-off circle back to your net. You know you're not in position if that's what you're doing. And Sexsmith, a terrific save to bail everybody out.
1:18 to go in the third. Giants win a face-off in their own zone. Blum trying to calm it down a little bit. From back of his net, he starts out slowly. Berube cut off by DeVal. Blum will have to try the other way. Or will he? Now he switches it back here to Berube. Final minute, third period. We've had one overtime in this series, back in game 2. And again, that game 2, the Giants had a 2-goal lead in the third period. Let it get away from them. They went on to win it on a Casey Piero-Zabatal goal. Here's Allman giving chase. Allman from back of the net, trying to work it in front. He can't. 35 seconds to go. Regner from back of his net. Will he get checked off the puck? There's 2 Rockets there. Regner having his hands full with Backlund. Giants come up with the loose puck. And here they come through the neutral zone as they break free. Henry trying to get around the defense. A shot up high deflects out of play with 16 seconds remaining. Face off deep in Kelowna territory.
It's always about those little bursts of speed now, isn't it? You saw Long and Ben just about a minute ago. Now you saw James Henry break down that wing. A lot of tired hockey players out there. This has been one tough physical battle. 16 seconds left. Face off Kelowna's own.
18 shots in this period for Kelowna, 6 for Vancouver. Shots are 31-16. Vancouver have been outshot 3 times in this series, but only 8 times in 88 games. Blum doesn't hold the puck in. Shot back in, delayed offside. Rockets get possession of the puck, and here comes McMillan. 2 seconds, 1 second. Game 6 is going extra time, and that feels real good for Kelowna as they score 2 goals in a 33-second span late in the third.
Both coaches are going to walk in that dressing room, and let me tell you, there's not going to be much said for the first probably 2 or 3 minutes. You've got to let everybody come down. You've got to let everybody catch their breath. And Dan, when games are tied after 40 or after 60 minutes of play, I've always felt the coaches have got a point now to do something psychologically. They're going to psych their team up. They're going to say, listen, we're better prepared. We've got the better system. We've worked harder than the other team. We've worked harder during the season. Wow, this game deserves 20 more minutes. We're going to get it.
Or maybe not.
Or
this
less.
will be sudden death. First goal wins now. Stay with us. We'll have more on our overtime intermission coming up. This is the Western Hockey League on Shaw.
We're back in Game 6, heading into our first overtime. It is 4-4 between the Rockets and the Giants with Rockets assistant coach Jeff Finley. Jeff, talk about that third period. Have you seen more of an emotional game in recent history?
No, I certainly haven't in the short time that I've been coaching, but I think a lot of credit to our guys for sticking with it. It was a little discouraging there when we lost Tyler and they got that goal in the power play, but we hung in there and battled back. So hopefully we can use the momentum that we've built here and finish it off.
How about that resiliency? 18 shots and battling back, like you say.
Yeah, and I get, give the guys credit. They just were determined, that they weren't going to go down without a fight and managed to get the 2 goals to tie it up.
I got to ask you, what did you see on Myers' hit there?
Well, the way it was explained to us was that it would have been a 2-minute penalty, but because of the cut, he had no choice but to call the major, so I guess we have to live with that.
How do you harness this energy going forward? It seems like the ice is tilted in your guys' favor.
It really is, and I think the key for us will be come out, get pucks in deep, get after these guys, trying to force them into some mistakes. We can't be cute, limit turnovers in the neutral zone and just get in on the forecheck.
Have you heard this place any louder than it was about 6 or 7 minutes ago?
No, I haven't. It was exciting, and it's junior hockey. It was fun to be a part of.
Well, what do you tell the guys in the middle of the break here, heading into the first overtime?
Well, exactly what I just said, I think. We'll have to get on them as quickly as we can, not try and be cute, just get the puck in deep, get after their defense. Our game plan all along the whole series is to try and wear them down. I think we're doing that. I'm not sure if Shire will be back or not, so they've got to be getting tired, and hopefully we can finish it off here.
And being a former player yourself, we've seen the Giants go into so many multiple overtime games, especially in round 2 there. But did you change up your habit, or what are you throwing down the system right now? Fruit, shakes?
There's the trainers got lots of stuff for them to try and keep their energy levels up. So hopefully it won't go too long here, but we'll have to start using the bench too and getting more guys involved.
All right, thanks so much for your time, Jeff.
Okay, thanks.
Dan, let's head up to you.
All right, thank you very much, Stu. Great point by Jeff. I have to use some of those fourth-line guys, the third pairing when it comes to defense, to get them out and to get them a little bit more action. Of course, Tyler Myers, we will not see him. He's out with the 5-minute major and a game misconduct. Of course, Craig Shears, a recipient of that hit, he is also out as well. Now, in terms of overtime here in the WHL playoffs, this will be the 13th game this year in the 2009 playoffs, third time in the third round for the Vancouver Giants. This will be their 6th OT game. They're 4-1 up to this point. Cunningham, Kane, Ross, and Piero Zabitol have got the winners for them. For the Kelowna Rockets, this will be their 4th overtime. Jamie Benn and Cody Allman have their winners as they are 2-1 in their previous 3. But to get a look at all the overtime winners through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs, let's take a look at them right now.
His mates had gone off on a change, so he stops and delays. Does well to keep control. He centers it back in, shot, scores! The Oil Kings are in the playoffs! The Oil Kings are in the playoffs! It's Red Raczynski with a backhand goal in front to put the Oil Kings in the playoffs! We have got ourselves a junior hockey battle of Alberta!
Center ice phaser. Left wing, cross the line, Wise fires, shot went wide, rebound, Shinneman. Fired in front, scores! Phaser wins the game!
Blocked, another chance, stopped by Chung with a left pad, and the puck on the end wall. Calgary gets it to the blue line, here's Postma, wrist shot coming, tip, scores! Sweet victory for the Calgary Hitmen, 2-1 in overtime.
Mark Stone tipped it up ahead, Calvert races up ice, Jeffries trying to catch up. Martin, the only man back. Here's Calvert waiting, fires a shot, scores! And the Wheat Kings win it in overtime, 4-3.
From Trask, left wing side, fires it deep, Backlund behind the goal. Nice play in front for Allman, he scores! Cody Allman tips in a nice pass from Michael Backlund, and the Rockets win it in overtime.
A piece of it, play goes to line, tipped in by Vancouver. Play down to Henry, down to Cunningham. He'll win and shoot, scores! Craig Cunningham! 1 year later, we have the same hero. Vancouver 3, Prince George 2, sudden death overtime.
Myers looking, can't get a shot away, puck sitting loose. Here's a shot save, rebound, chance.
Oh, what a play! Passes, chance, and it's swept off the stick. And here's a break the other way, a breakaway. It's goal going in, goal, scores!
it's over. The Spokane Chiefs. And at 6:05 of period number 7, Blake Gall ends this game, the second longest in the history of the Western Hockey League. This game ending at 12:40 a.m. Pacific time. Here's a number tack. It's a 2-on-1. Right walking in, holding passes, and they score! The Vancouver Giants, Evander Kane, scoring at 5:31 of double overtime, and this classic series is going to Game 7. Here's Piro Zabatal in over the line. Piro Zabatal puts the brakes on. There's the pass to Ross. Shooting, scores! Ross from the blue line, a deflection at 1:56 of overtime. They don't call it sudden death for nothing.
Right sideboards. Shot, save, rebound. Goes back to the point. Ross, who want to fire? Deflected off. Bodies out front. They score! Casey Pierre Zabatel, game-winning goal. Giants win 4-3.
McMillan out to center with Karpov and Schultz. Schultz breaking. Take the pass. He's in on the breakaway. Backhand. Scores! Sweet overtime victory. And they take a stranglehold on this series.
Sweet overtime victory is right. Who will be the hero tonight? We will have to wait and see. 4-4 is the score here in Game 6 of the Western Conference Final. Kelowna Rockets getting 2 goals 33 seconds apart to tie it up at 4 in the third. Of course, we are going to overtime. We got to take a quick break. Lots more to come from Prospera Place. The winner, of course, of this series, hoping to move on. We'll move on to the WHL Final. We'll have to wait and see. Welcome back to Prospera Place for the second time in this series. We are going to overtime, 4-4 after regulation. It was 3-2 after 2 periods of play, and then Evander Kane scored on the power play goal. His second of the game put the Giants up 4-2. Looked like this thing was done, but then the Rockets came alive. Jamie Benn on the power play, his 11th of the postseason to make it a 4-3 game, and then Cody Allman 33 seconds later, his 8th of the playoffs, just sent this building crazy, going nuts, of course. 4-4 the score. We've done overtime before. Dan and Bill, you were so used to this. You're well rested. You're ready to go again, aren't you?
Absolutely. I mean, this has been too long in between overtimes. It's 3 or 4 games. But I can't remember a third period in the 09 playoff, or any period in the 09 playoffs that had more to it than that one did.
Well, it certainly started strong. It had the big hit by Myers that drew a 5-minute penalty. It had a power play for Vancouver. And, boy, what a last 5 minutes. That's Tyler Myers on the forecheck. You don't see him going in that deep in the offensive zone, but boy, I'll tell you, Shira was definitely hurt. That drew a 5-minute penalty. A lot of blood on that, we might add. I don't know if you can see it there. But Evander Kane, it's a power play goal. This gave Vancouver what looked like maybe an unsurmountable 2-goal lead. Evander Kane, a big power play goal at that point, Dan. And again, he loves to find pucks in that area there. A little bit of a rolling puck helped him get it upstairs in a hurry. And then the Benn goal. Now, I'm going to show you something. We stop it right there. That's Regner getting the face-off. Everybody thinks the puck's going around the left of your screen, except Jamie Benn. Good play by Regner. He knows he can get it out. Wrong. Benn picks it off, recognizes that puck was going to go to that spot, and then Colin Long, 2 chances, finally finds Benn. All Benn did is come off that wall and find the spot to the left of the net. Very good heads-up play by Jamie Benn to take this feed right there from Colin Long. That tied the game, and then everything went nuts. Hey, you talk about Brandon McMillan, the kind of game he's had. We've talked about him a lot. Duvall and deep. Watch what McMillan does here to Peluso, Dan. He's a defenseman. He's going to muscle him off the puck, gain control of it, and about a 6-foot pass? That's all you got to do. Doesn't have to be the cross-ice pass. Just get it to Cody Allman. Allman with a quick shot. That's good work by McMillan. And, the sniper that Cody Allman is, he ties it at 4, and those 2 goals, we might add, came 33 seconds apart.
And you had the feeling, I know Vancouver scored on the first half, or first 10 seconds of the major, but after Kelowna killed the last 4:50, we said they might get a lift, and they did get a lift, and there's the 2 goals a half minute apart. So we're ready for overtime in the Okanagan when we come back on Shaw. Welcome back to the WHL Playoffs on Shaw. Next goal wins. Vancouver, 5 overtime games. They're 4-1 with Tyson Sexsmith. They played 190 minutes of overtime. Kelowna's played 44 minutes. They've been in 3. They've won 2 of the 3. Allman and Ben are their overtime heroes. Cunningham, Kane, Ross, and Piero Zabatal have scored overtime goals in the 09 playoffs for Vancouver. Teams at full strength, Vancouver in the dark uniforms, and we're underway here in overtime. Piero Zabatal on the forecheck, can't get it. Here's Colin Long with it. Dump deep into Kelowna territory. McMillan out of his own zone. Colin Long accepting the pass. Ben going through. Ben shoots it over top the net. A great opportunity by Jamie Benn. 30 seconds into the overtime. And that was almost the game. Ben putting it wide of the net. Here's Backlund off the board. Centering pass. They bang at the puck. It's swept away. From the line, a shot. Whistles wide of the net. Dozek, who hasn't scored a goal all year, blasted it from the line. Now the puck goes high in the air to this corner. Duvel to Backlund. Heavy pressure by Kelowna. Backlund trying to center it. Cannot. Here comes Kane the other way. Kane with Peluso. He'll just shoot it in. Guggenberger catches it. Vancouver makes a change. What an opportunity for Jamie Benn to end it. Here comes McMillan. That's cut off. Giants tap the puck in. McMillan has it once more. Berube to Blum. Giants can't get it in deep. Dozek catches it. He can't clear it. Cunningham holds it in. Duvel tries to clear it. Cunningham again holds it in. This time Duvel does clear it. And it might be icing. It is.
Colin Long to Jamie Benn. Jamie Benn, the ultimate goal scorer that he is this season. He's just had a great year. 71 games played. He's got 56 goals. There's not many games that he doesn't score. He knocks the puck down and shoots it right over top of the net. He's trying to go glove side on Tyson Sexsmith. You can hear it through the headsets, hit the back glass. That was a terrific chance.
Giants win the faceoff. Regner from the line. Long shot through traffic. That's knocked down. And Duvel has the puck. Duvel playing it to the open wing. Ross chopping at it. Offside. And we'll get a play stoppage in the neutral zone.
You know, Nick Ross has to be so solid, always making the right decision. I love what Brett Parker, the GM of the Regina Pats, I think he said it best about his seemingly laid-back nature. He said his poise can be his biggest attribute, and it can be his biggest detriment too. He must find a way to get a happy medium. And Nick Ross, who has an overtime winner in the playoffs so far this season, can be such a big presence with that puck.
Ross, lead pass, tipped in by Kadurna. Gary Nunn trying to get it back of the net. Dozek cut it off. Wright can't hold it in. Regner to Ross, and shot back into Kelowna territory. Guggenberger leaving it for Dozek. Dozek to Bowman. Rockets coming out of their own zone. There's a long pass. Grantham can't collect it right away. He tries to strip the Giant of the puck. He gets it for a moment, but Regner comes back up with it. Regner up to Nunn. Deflected. Kyle St. Dennis sends it in. If you're just joining us, big Tyler Myers kicked out of the game 7 minutes into the third period. Will that be a key here in the overtime? Regner, lead pass. Here's Nunn trying to go wide. Nunn shooting it, and Guggenberger got his arm on it. Kane puts it back to the net. McMillan has it. McMillan. Now Barry. 3 minutes gone in overtime. Barry to McMillan. And back it goes to Barry once more as Bashford's in on the forecheck. Barry taking his time. Up to Colin Long. Long rolls it in. Toigo looks like he's going to get there first. Around the boards. Ben tries to pick it up, but Kane has it. Kane out of his own zone. Being checked by Ben, but Kane stays with it, rolls it in. Again, he heads to the bench on a line change. Rogers and Fasenko on the far boards for Vancouver. Here's a chance for Blum if he could accept the pass cleanly. Could not. Puck bouncing around for Long. Long up to Ben, and Ben will send it into Vancouver territory. Now it gets cautious. Long pass to Peluso. Peluso brings it in over the blue line with Piero Zabatal. In the far corner, Duvel and Rogers. Duvel gets it up. Out it goes. Backlund gets it to Allman. Allman. Nice idea to try to feed the slot, but the Rockets couldn't get it. Their shot, they score!
Is this going to video review? I don't know. The Rockets are all off the bench. This might go to video review. The Rockets are all celebrating, but it could go to video review. Certainly the referees are talking about it. No Giant is leaving. Backlund might complete his hat trick. Is it a Calgary Kelowna final? We have to wait to see. It's not official yet.
Dan, how many shots have we seen in overtime that have hit guys in front of the net? This is a Dozak shot that clearly hits Michael Backlund. I don't know where it hits him. I know Backlund's trying to get out of the way. This thing looked like it might be going at Backlund's head. You remember the shot that bounced off Ross that went in the net at one point. Now Backlund does get his arms up. Now he's in front of the net. I don't know where it hits him.
Can't tell from that angle.
Boy, there's no doubt that he is trying partially to get out of the way. Wow. Can you believe this? One team's destiny hangs in the fate of this call, on the outcome of this call, and that's Don Hayes, Vancouver Giants. The shot by Dozak definitely hits Backlund in front. The question is, where does it hit him? How high does it hit him? If it hits him in the stick, is there any directing the puck into the net?
On the ice, they seem to rule goal, so it would have to be overturned at first blush here. But the refs, here they are again. They're talking about it again. This is not unlike what we saw the other night, where they might be having a secondary meeting on the ice, the four officials, and then communicating again what their official ruling is. The other night, the referee might have just been signaling, I see the puck in the net. So that's why we said he signaled goal.
Well, take a look. That's Dozak going to shoot that puck from right up against the boards. I mean, there's no doubt Backlund's got a stick up in the air. Now, is he trying to redirect it? I mean, I don't know if we get a look at Backlund in tight. We can see where the puck hits him, or if in fact it does. I don't know. Wow. I mean, this is amazing that this kind of call is under review at this point in this big a game.
Just can't seem to get the greatest look at it right there. Now, do you overturn that? Because on the ice, it seemed to be that they called goal. On the other hand, you don't know what other angle they may have up there as you look at Kevin Mensch and Rick Dirksen and the rest of the people charged with this enormous responsibility of deciding right now whether this series is over or not. It all happens 4 minutes into the period.
Well, the only guy that hasn't left his position on the ice is Tyson Sexsmith.
Sexsmith in goal. Great performance in this series.
You know what, Dan? I can't even venture to make a call on this.
It'll be the first shot on goal that Kelowna gets in the overtime. Is their first shot good enough to win it all?
It's an unbelievably tough decision. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You can tell by the look on Rick Dirksen's face on the right. That is a tough call.
I'll tell you, there's been a huge celebration in this building once. The fans, the bench, the brass up here over the Kelowna Rockets.
Now, Dan, the key is that if they called it a goal, they have to have evidence to overturn it. Am I right?
Right, except as I said, they called the puck in the net. That's what we learned the other day. Initially, they said, yeah, we see the puck in the net. There's our signal. But then the four officials talked about it. I'm going back to the kicked-in Toigo goal from game number 5, and then they said, on the ice, no goal. Then they went upstairs and said, you know, we've made the decision down here. It was no goal, even though initially they pointed goal. So that's where you get a little confused, and at this point, you shrug your shoulders and just wait.
I mean, it's that tough a goal. I mean, we're talking about us not being able to make it, to see it cleanly.
That's the Giants radio crew right in front of you. Steve Ewan from the province on the left. Dave Sheldon, the voice of the Giants, on the right. Rick Dirksen seems to have, that's him on the right-hand side in the booth.
I read his lips. He said it's a goal. You watch this.
You get ready for an explosion. The second one, here it comes. Ryan Huska, Jeff Finley, and the rest of the coaching Huge embraces. It'll be a Calgary-Kelowna 09 final for the Ed Chanel Cup. Here's the announcement.
Well, they've ruled it touch Backlund, no question about that. He gets credit for the goal. His hat trick
Assisted
tonight.
by number 26, Tyson Dozak. And by number 12, Cody Almond. Time of the goal, 4 minutes. Rockets' 5th goal scored by...
One shot is all it took. And now we wait for the ceremonial handshake between the two most dominant organizations in British Columbia this decade. Here's the game-winning goal. This is the series-ending goal. And they don't call it sudden death for nothing. Kelowna Rockets going to their 3rd championship series. They've won the other 2 they've been in. They defeated Brandon in 05 and Red Deer 2 years prior to that. Now they'll take on the Calgary Hitmen, who are a perfect 12-0 in these playoffs. They did it without Tyler Myers. Who saw that coming? 4-2 was the score in the 3rd period. Myers went out when it was 3-2. The Giants on a 5-minute major made it 4-2. But they could not hold on, and the Rockets are off to the finals.
Yeah, that was the last 5 minutes of the 3rd period. Vancouver with a 4-2 lead. Jamie Benn, his 11th, a power play goal, and 33 seconds later they tied it on the Cody Almond goal. And you talk about key goals that players have scored. This is one of the things I talked to the Minnesota's Wild scout about tonight, what they like about Cody Almond. He comes up with big goals. Back in Game 3 against Kamloops, Dan, he tied the game with 2.9 seconds left, and then he scored in overtime to win. That was as big a goal tonight as he's probably scored in the playoffs to tie it at 16:28 and then set the stage for this overtime.
And in a moment, you're going to see Don Hay and Ryan Huska come together. Huska coached Hay, or Hay coached Huska in Kamloops. Huska was part of 3 Memorial Cup teams there. He's had so many great comments for Don Hay over the years and what he's meant to him. So a huge win for the Kelowna Rockets organization as they knock off the Vancouver Giants. And we're going to wait for some trophy presentations down on the ice. And if Tyler Myers, by the way, is named MVP, can he come back out here and can he collect the trophy? Yeah. Let's go downstairs to Dan.
All right, thank you very much, Dan. Please be joined by the winning coach, Ryan Huska. Just talk about your team, this game tonight, the comeback, and then the overtime victory.
It was an emotional night, I can tell you that. I thought we did a great job of not getting ourselves deflated when we gave up that 4th power play goal, and our guys kept working, and it's nice to see they got rewarded with a longer, I guess, instant replay goal, but we'll take it. We're very happy about it.
On a personal note, how does it feel for you as a head coach to make it to WHL final and beat Don Hay, your former coach?
I'm just excited that our guys are getting there. I think that's the most important thing. With Don, I learned a ton about how to play the game from him, and he's a special person. But it's all about our kids, and they worked hard to get where they needed to be.
I know you want to enjoy this, but looking ahead quickly to Calgary, they're 12-0. You'll have your hands full once again.
They're a great hockey club. We're in a position where we've got to take a little bit of time to enjoy this one tonight and then get our guys refocused and looking forward to the task at hand, because they're the best team in the league for a reason, and we've got a huge, huge challenge ahead of us.
Absolutely. Enjoy this, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, Dan, we'll send it back to you.
And there is Tyler Myers in his street clothes, looking pretty sharp there and getting the MVP trophy of the Cal Tire Western Conference Final. And, you know, Bill, I said this earlier, and I'm going to repeat myself. If he thought his team bailed him out in Game 5, what is he going to think here tonight?
Yeah, no question. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if his team worked even that much harder, knowing that a guy that's been so valuable, so important to this team. I mean, what are you saying? He's the most valuable player. He got my vote for number 1. I think he got yours as well. Not surprising at all that Tyler Myers. Be very interesting to see if there's any ramifications going into Game 1 against Calgary. That's the thing that I think the Rockets are going to be very, very interested in.
Stu Walters, down to you.
Okay, guys, thanks very much. Here with Cody Allman. Cody, have you been involved in such an emotional game before?
I don't think so. It's an unbelievable feeling for sure. Just a lot of excitement right now, and just really happy for all the guys.
Talk about all the plot twists, the power plays, the penalties, and your tying goal. Let's start with that. Your tying goal. How did that feel?
It's a great feeling to tie it up for sure. I don't think I've ever heard the fans this loud before, so everyone's really excited, and I think we showed a lot of character tonight battling back.
How tough was it to lose your this hard rock defenseman Tyler Myers there?
He's been unbelievable for us, so it's a tough loss, but I think other guys stepped up, and a team effort, we got the job done.
Talk about the character of this team and the resiliency to come back here down 2 goals in the third.
I think that's probably, in one word, if you had to sum it up, what our team's all about in the playoffs here. Even last series, battling back from 2-0 start. I think we've just shown lots of character this whole playoff run, and hopefully continue to do so.
All right, Cody, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Let's get over here to my left, Dan Elliott.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Stu. Please be joined by the MVP of the Western Conference Final. First off, Tyler, how hard was it for you to be watching those final moments and then overtime?
It was so nerve-wracking. I mean, watching them score on my penalty was, very hard for me to take. And, if you look at the guys who brought us back to tie this game, it was, our leaders, and, there's a reason why they wear the letters on their jerseys. And, our whole team battled back, and this game was unbelievable. I'm so happy that we're able to, make it to the final.
Take me back for a moment to that penalty. What did the officials tell you in terms of why they gave you the 5?
I didn't get a chance to talk to the officials. It's unfortunate that he was hurt on the play, but I was just trying to finish my check hard, and unfortunately I did a little too hard. But I'm happy that we got the win.
You guys beat the Vancouver Giants, a team that beginning of the year you struggled with, but you really came throughout the majority of the end of the season. What's it mean to beat a team that's been so strong for so long?
It's an unbelievable feeling, especially losing 5 straight to them during the year. And, you got to give a lot of credit to our coaches, Ryan Huska, Jeff Finley, Kim Dillabaugh, Ryan Cuthbert, Kim Gellert, and Bruce Hamilton. They just did, an unbelievable job with this group. And, I just can't say enough about the guys who battled. And, it's not over yet. We have one more series to play.
Well, how about that one final series? You're going to take on Calgary. Obviously, they're undefeated in the playoffs. What's your thoughts about taking on a team so strong?
I'm sure they were watching, and, they're a very good hockey club, and we're going to have to, bring every bit of, battle we have left in us to compete with them. And I'm sure everyone on our team's looking forward to that first game.
Well, congratulations on the series victory, and best of luck.